Good evening, everybody. Happy Red Friday. Sorry, listen, we're hoping that we can stay on. Internet just crashed before we came on. Yeah, twice. And I guess they're having problems. We're on a different node than most people, so we should be okay. But it did crash initially, and we're hoping that, once again, it picks back up, and we'll let you know. If it does come down, we'll try to get a quick resolution and get right back on. But we'll probably only do that once, being that it's Friday. Welcome, Red Friday. No red today. We're not wearing red today. We said that we're going to figure that out.
My nails are red.
Yeah, we said we weren't going to say that. He said, the light behind me's red. Well, we did say we weren't going to do that, but I guess she wins. I'm wearing red underwear. Listen, it's Red Friday. We always remember our veterans on Friday. Very, very important to us. We understand that. But we said on Mondays and Fridays we're going to kind of dress up. And lately we've just been dressing up and getting out of the T-shirt. So I don't know how long that'll last. Maybe Friday is when we wear T-shirts, and every other day we do the... I don't know. Who cares? The point is we're enjoying wearing something different other than T-shirts. So it's good to have everybody here. Welcome. We had a good show last night. We have an announcement in regards to what we're going to be doing from now on as far as run-up for show. We'll cover that with you. Olivia's got some notes from viewers that she wanted to share, so we'll do that as well. And covering the news, big news cycle, whole bunch going on into the weekend. Like always, everything drops on the weekend. So we'll talk about all the latest news and notes, and we'll see you in 3 minutes. We'll be right back. Let's get this thing shared out, folks. Twitter, Wimkin, Rumble, all of it. Let's help out the show and get this to as many people as possible. If you're on Rumble, spamming like helps. Hit the like button, please. Makes a difference. If you haven't had a chance, you go to thedumbshow.com and save 15% on all clothes, coffee, everything else but books. Go to thedumbshow.com, use code DUMB15.
Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop arguing me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up on the facts be true. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dad.
It's Red Friday, RED Friday, which stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. A movement designed to honor veterans and deployed U.S. troops by wearing a red shirt every Friday. As simple as that may be, Red Friday is a great way to back those who serve our country. Go to dumbshow.com and search for Red Friday to get your red on.
Real important message here. If you haven't checked it out yet, you absolutely have to. There is this podcast that I'm sure some of you have seen me on. It's phenomenal. It's called The Dumb Show or The Don't Unfriend Me Show. You can find them on all social media at The Dumb Show or visit thedumbshow.com. Listen to their podcast. Absolutely perfect with host Matthew Spear.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Hey, JD, Olivia just let me know what was going on. Do me a favor, man. Try to sign out of Facebook and sign back in. I know that sometimes makes a difference. I've tried to fix that, and I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, let me just check. I'm just looking right now on a couple things.
Just to see.
Just to see.
Just to make sure.
So, JD.
While you're doing that.
You can do your thing.
I can do my thing. I'm going to pull it up. I guess I wasn't prepared.
No, that's okay. Take your time.
So, speaking since we always share our lives on here. So, I've gained the menopause 15 over the last 9 months. And I've been none of my clothes fit. I'm kind of feeling blah.
I'm extremely happy.
I know you're happy, but I've been just
You've been itty bitty for like your whole life, and it's nice to have a little cushion for the pushing.
So, but it's not just the weight thing and that the clothes don't fit. It's my hips are hurting, my knees, the joints. It's more weight than my frame has been able to take. So I play a stupid little game every once in a while, and ads pop up. And for the past month, I've been seeing this ad for chair yoga. And finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a look into this. And I'm like, that's not so bad. So I downloaded it and I paid the cost for the first month. And
how much is this costing me?
It cost $19.95
a month.
I thought it was supposed to be $9.95. I must have misread it. I put on my card anyway. So
$20 a month.
I figured. I don't know if it's a month. I think it might just be a starting thing. Let's
find out. And then if it's an annual thing, I'd rather, because they have day to day, month to month, week to week. Let's make sure and let's pay for it and just get it, because $20 a month is ridiculous. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Anyway, I started doing it, and I kind of kept it a secret from everyone for like the first 3 days. Well, on the weekend, because I think I started on a Wednesday. Of course, the kids saw me on a weekend and they're like, oh my gosh, you're doing chair yoga. And, they made fun of me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm like, I need something I can do.
Hold on. Trying to change this for JD. Go.
I need something I can do for 5 to 7 minutes while the kids are napping during the day. And because I never have time by myself. Well, I've lost 2 pounds in 8 days, which I'm super proud of, because it makes me keep track of my water and keep track of my calories and stuff like that.
Congratulations.
But it just got real tonight. Holy cow. It was a 22-minute thing, and I feel like I've been in the gym for 2 hours. Freaking, I hurt everywhere right now. Either that shows you that I'm completely out of shape, or it actually works. I don't know. But
it's going to get worse tonight because it's Friday, and you know what happens every Friday. I mean, it's date night. So
we're going to go spend that gift card that we got.
Right, we're going to go get, well, that's not what I'm talking about. So I was talking about how you said you got your workout, and I said, well,
burn some extra calories.
It's 2-a-days.
Got it.
Yes. So, well, listen, I love you. I love you the way you are. I don't care. I think you look beautiful, but you know what? JD, I will have to look at it after the show. I can't get into the control panel during the show. So I also want to say happy birthday to Utah Wood. She has been a follower of the show for as long as I can remember. And,
Utah, give me two. 61 years young and looking damn good for 61. I will say, I will give her that accolade. So happy birthday, sister. Good to have you here. Thank you for the compliments on the shirt. It's nice having the right lighting system. You would think it would be antithetical. Wearing a white shirt would make it, the reason why white shirts don't do well in low light is because they reflect the light back into the lens. So actually, if you have really good lighting, you can wear a white shirt. So I'm wearing some lighter color, something I usually don't do. I feel like we're doing a fashion show. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, what else, Liv?
Anyway, a few people have reached out to me after what happened earlier in the week, and just wanted to read a few comments. I won't say who they're from and all, but it's just nice to know that you guys love us. We appreciate it and all the support that you give us. But
One person, you guys have my 100%. You can never please everyone. That's life. Love you guys and all that you do and have done. It will work out, which is very nice. I've got
very sweet.
Nope. Okay. I got to go into all of them. I get so many messages a day. So
Mallory, tell your husband happy birthday for us, please.
Yes, please.
Nice. And we have a whole bunch on. So if we can't find these, we can try to do them throughout the show when we have a little downtime during the 2 minutes, so we can keep moving. I really want to try to find this panel. Really trying to find this panel here.
So someone else said, if I didn't trust Matt and you, I wouldn't have given you my debit card. There's a couple people that don't have PayPal and that have trusted me to put their credit or debit card into my PayPal account and then make the donation for them through their card. And she says, I love you guys. I know that sounds silly. I never met you. I live by myself. And this is the only thing I look forward to every night. Truth. So that's important to me. Truth.
Yeah. You know what? We get that a lot. And there's quite a few people who reach out to us when things happen in their lives, and we check on them and they check on us. And, we have a Liv, you're going to have to get Nisa.
Is it Facebook?
Yeah, I can do it. Give me my phone.
You got it?
Yeah, give me my phone. Thanks. So it's always nice to have listeners like this, and we have a lot. And we don't have as many listeners that show up that actually there are. Yeah. And we have a lot more than actually show up. So it's really kind of cool because Facebook throttles us. But if you just look at the comments on the shows, you know damn well that we have more people that watch than what it says. And I have a video that just went to 275,000 views, and they're not paying me a dime on it. So, Facebook is still doing their old stuff. This is pretty common. It is what it is. We're just going to do, what we do. But we do appreciate you guys. Right now, we've actually got quite a few people on. It's Friday night, so let's get going. Liv, unless you had something else.
There was just one more person. If you need someone on Facebook, take care of the spammers. I could easily do that. So I'm there every night. Anyway, no badge. Nobody would even know it's me deleting. Nothing in return ever. I just love the show and can't donate a lot because blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say how much she makes a month. This would help me earn my keep. It's up to you guys. Always respect your decisions. Just offering.
That'd be great.
It's been nice. A lot of people have reached out this week and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. And we love that. And we may decide to bring mods back, but honestly, it's just, we don't want any hard feelings, and we don't want people thinking that these are paid positions, because they're not. They never have been, and maybe someday they could be. But we're doing what we do, and we're more than capable of taking care of it ourselves. So Matt Demo says he's fishing. How's everybody doing? Caught lots of fish through. Lots of fish back. What a life. Well, that's great. Are you doing fly fishing or are you doing bait fishing? Because bait fishing really isn't, fishing. Fly fishing is the only real type of fishing.
And speaking of Utah, just donated $3.
Utah gave us $3.
A great donation. We appreciate it. It's a great way to start out the month because it's the first day of August. So
yeah, we did a good
first donation of the month. Thank you so much.
Solid Utah. July. Good, much better than previous months. July was really good for us, and we really appreciate everybody helping. And that's important. So we got a full pack show. We're going to be busy tonight. Last night's show was kind of fun. I guess we can announce what we're going to announce is so the future schedule. Brian donated $21.10. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. The new schedule is going to work like this. Monday will be Olivia, myself, and Amy from now on, live in studio. Tuesday will be, Brian says, I disagree.
No,
I don't know. I'm not, Liv,
okay.
Let's not be gun shy. He says I disagree. And I know Brian, and Brian's a good dude. So I'm not sure what you disagree about. So tell me. You got my train of thought.
Yep.
Let's not do that. Okay. If I pick a comment, I'm just trying to understand what the I disagree is about. So Mondays will be Olivia, myself, and Amy in-house. Tuesday will be Leroy and I. Wednesday will be a solo night from now on. It'll just be me and you, or me, you, and a guest. and possibly Olivia. So we're going to try to start booking all of our guests on Wednesday night. Thursday, we'll be back to Leroy and I, and then Friday, we'll wrap up the week with Olivia and I. Olivia's going down to 2 days a week because I think that she works all day and then comes home, and she's got to have that night. And this allows her to do her chair yoga or do her painting and stuff like that. But we'll fill in if we don't have a guest. I'll just go solo. But if a situation takes place where maybe we don't have Leroy here Thursday, she'll jump in and help. So she's going to be a floater. So if Amy can't come or Leroy can't come, she'll be here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So we'll probably see her just as much as we usually would do, but it's just to kind of, I think last night's show really, when we have 500 people on, and then the last time I was solo, we had the same, I think people want a solo night, and that's what I'm hearing and feeling. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. It has nothing to do with Olivia. Has nothing to do with Amy. It's just there's something about the flow to the show where I don't have to pause or I don't have to engage, and we don't have to do, I just go, and people like that. So we're going to try to also do that more rapidly when we do the shows together. So this is probably the last long intro we'll do, and we're probably going to get right into it. And if we have information to sprinkle throughout the show, that's when we'll do it. We'll do it a little bit here and a little bit there and just get going right away. Okay. So
update on guests real quick.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, Mandy and Jack will be here next Friday, which looking forward to have them. Alan Donovan from Fathers Lives Matter will be in Friday the 15th. And then Lisa Regina will be in the 18th of August. I am actually talking to two gentlemen, Adam and Rick, from a band called Blackbird Anthem. Great band. I've been listening to some of their stuff. And Adam is a vet, has PTS, and taught himself how to play guitar after he got home to deal with his PTS, and started a band, and they're a great band. So we're just nailing down the date that we can get both guys on, because they're in different cities and get their schedules coordinated, but they'll be on sometime soon, and I will let you know. Did you just read that?
Not yet. What I did, but I don't have time for that right now. So Mallory says, I was a moderator for Patriot News Outlet, and I got a Christmas bonus of $50. Yeah, we did. I think we did like $25 or something
to Amazon. I think it was
to Amazon for our moderators. I mean, that was the best. But we had like 9 people to do. And
11, I think.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so we try to, it's not a lot, but it's what we could do at the time. Bait fishing. Oh yeah. Listen, I'm just busting ass. I just think artificial lures and fly fishing, artificial lures are where it's at. It's just more of a challenging fishing experience for me. Bait fishing to me is I can go in a boat and pull 30 fish. And although it's fun and the fight is great, I like to be in a stream, and I like to, it's like bow hunting. Like if I was to hunt, I would do bow hunting. I wouldn't get a 308 or whatever. I would just do something different than what would be considered easier. And I understand bait fishing is considered by some people to be very, very difficult. Now, if it's in the ocean, that's another thing. But if you're in a lake, it's kind of like you might as well get an M80, throw it in the water, and then just scoop them all up. But that's just my opinion. And I'm not knocking anyone. The worst day of fishing is better than the best day at work. That is the truth. Love your powder blue top you got on, Olivia. And yes, wow, Matt, what a difference seeing you in a white shirt, looking great, you too. Oh, whoa.
Apparently I'm hot for teacher tonight.
I told you. I've got going. Didn't I tell you that this outfit you're doing was going to get everybody all,
I should go put my glasses on and go.
Okay, let's, all right. So yeah, okay. So that's what we're going to do from now on, everyone. Get it? Good. Got it? Good. So Wednesday nights solo. Monday, Tuesday, we'll have guests. Thursday, Friday, we'll have guests, and that's the way it goes. Brian, I'm glad you're having a good time with fishing. Let's get to it. I bait fish, and I love it. I tried fly fishing, but never really got into it as much. Was a lot more work for not as much action. No, you're absolutely right. It's not a lot of action. Bow hunting, okay, we all agree. All right, let's get going. So let's see. Stephen Colbert had a special guest. That nobody saw. Kamala Harris has a book tour. She has a book called 107 Days, which is interesting.
Is that the 107 days? That's the only day Biden can remember his term in office?
That's funny. No, that's not what the 107 days is. I was going to say that her second book should be 180 Days Later, How She Mucked Up and Fumbled the Presidency, or another book called 1.5 billion. That would be a good number too, of how much money she raised and wasted in 107 days. This woman is horrific. And I don't know if you noticed, but she's not going to be running for governor in California. Oh,
bummer. I'm so disappointed.
So sad.
I had to go light a candle after hearing that news.
I mean, that's just like literally someone coming out and saying water is wet, grass is green, and the sky is blue. Of course you're not going to run in California because you have no chance of winning. Your own party just despises you. You're annoying. She essentially is like, remember her thing at the end? I'm going to go ahead and fight, and we're going to keep up the fight, and we're not going to stop. We're not going to let this happen. They're not going to let them steal our democracy. And then she hasn't said anything in 6 months.
This is her first interview since the election.
Right. So
honestly, that would be almost 9 months.
Right. So she's been off the record. And the reason why, just so you guys understand, is I'm going to try to explain things in a little simpler terms sometimes. The reason why is the midterms are coming up next year. And we're 14 months out. Now's the time for them to start campaigning and fundraising. So the bump on the logs will come out. You won't see Obama because he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't get up for anything other than, $250,000 on a lecture circuit or killing a chef, allegedly. But he's not going to be doing any stumping. So you're going to see Biden out there wheeling out his wheelchair. You're going to see Kamala Harris and they're going to start. But what you're also going to see is that right around this time, you're going to find out who the intended front runner for the Democratic Party will be in 2028. Right now, it's very, very clear that Gavin Newsom is believing that he is the de facto nominee. But I want us also to be really cognizant of the Democrats losing the youth vote. And they won't win anything unless they can get that vote. Now, they tried that out. Remember when they put AOC and Bernie Sanders together earlier this year, which did very well, and immediately it stopped. And the reason why is because you don't want to anesthetize people to this. You don't want to get them used to it. So like Novocaine, you can only use so much before it has adverse effects and it doesn't work anymore. So you pull them back and you kind of put them in the background. But I would not be shocked to see something like that come out again. Because remember, Bernie Sanders has had staying power 2016, 2020, and 2024. He had the election literally pulled out from underneath him, the Democratic primary, and just literally slapped around. He's relevant. He's here. I could see him passing off a torch. And let's face it, the left is moving even more and more progressive, and they can't stop that now. This is a spiral for them. So Kamala Harris is trying to lay some groundwork, and she's trying to make sure that she doesn't burn any political capital that she has left. So if she runs for governor and loses, it's just going to be 2 in a row, and she's going to be, and then plus the primary in 2020. So she's going to be ultimately embarrassed. And the only thing that she is good at is being picked as a DEI hire or knee pads. So she's not going to be anywhere near the presidential election as far as running for anything up to that. This is very reminiscent of Governor Glenn Youngkin, who had a very bad primary in 2022, probably would have ran for president in 2024 against Donald Trump if the establishment had their way. They couldn't get Youngkin because he had a bad Virginia primary. That lost some seats. That was a negative. So he sat back because he didn't want to do any damage to his career. And this is where Ron DeSantis came kicking and came in. So all of this is political pawns being moved. They're moving in their pieces right now. But what you do need to know is Governor Glenn Youngkin is buying polling stations. He's buying polling captains. And these are in each individual states. And what happens is when someone intends to run, they start claiming these stations with an intent to run for Senate, for House, whatever. And you're seeing him collect these nationally. He has billion-dollar donor classes absolutely in his corner, and he can rally an entire state around him like he did for governorship with small donations. He's a grassroots politician. He's probably going to have a very good chance of coming out ahead. And the usual people, Mark Rubio or J.D. Vance or Chris Christie or one of the Bushes, are not going to be able to really stand against his record in Virginia, which are impeccable. And he's amazing around enforcement of our borders, immigration, backing up parents, backing up or taking down the school boards, being a Second Amendment advocate. He absolutely loves vets. So he's an amazing candidate, has a really good chance. But we're going to find out now that we're going to be moving closer. So once we hit October, November, we're going to start seeing a lot of these senatorial races and House races start to form. And you're going to get an idea who's going to run for president, because these people will start latching on to big name candidates or candidates in purple districts where they want to go ahead and give them some oomph. This is where you can see Gavin Newsom start making the push. And when you'll see is right after 2026, November, right around February of 2027, you will start seeing the presidential race start to form. And it's really going to be apparent in 2026 in October, right before the election. You'll start seeing some front runners be mentioned, but in February, that's when they step on the gas. Now, last year they started running in December, but that's because Donald Trump, not last year, last election, Donald Trump stepped on the gas way early and came out way ahead, which I thought was a little too fast, but made the longest presidential election cycle ever in U.S. history at 26 months. So they like to do that 18 to 20 month mark. And I predict that they're going to try to do this now, because the longer they run, the more difficult it is. So these are the things we're going to see in the next few months, next year. I'm excited for it. I love election time. It's one of my favorite places to be in, and I hope you come here and watch it. Here is Kamala Harris. We have a whole bunch of people on live. Kamala Harris, 176 right now, and 93 on Twitter. That's 2 nights in a row. Nice to see.
35 on Rumble.
Yep. So we've got almost 250, 260 on. Here is Stephen Colbert and Kamala Harris, and would love to get your thoughts on this. I think she looks very fish out of water. She is right back into the swing of things of stumbling and bumbling her way through interviews. And the fact that she went on Colbert, folks, this is a very clever move, because she goes on a person who is going to be out of a position. The ratings are not super duper strong, and she can come in and get that network a little bit of money by choosing this, and she aligns herself with a victim of Trump. So she gets to be like, oh gosh, look what happened to you, Stephen. It's the same thing that happened to me when America turned on me because I'm a woman and black. Here we go. This is a perfect opportunity for her.
It's a dying politician and a dying late night Joe.
Right. It's duo mediocrity. Here's the video.
But just to go back to what you just said, is that I have to say, as someone who is very qualified for the presidency, a senator, attorney general of California, a vice president of the United States, and then a very hopeful and dynamic presidential candidate for the 107 days that you had to run, to hear you say that it's broken, to hear you say that our systems aren't strong enough, is harrowing.
Well, but it's also evident, isn't it?
No, it is.
And it is.
It is harrowing.
I mean, and it is.
I mean, there's almost no curse word bad enough.
But it doesn't mean we give up. That's not my point.
Okay, because that's what I'm hearing. Like you don't want to be part of the fight anymore.
No, oh, absolutely not. I'm always going to be part of the fight.
Except for the last 6 months.
Okay.
That is
where I've been writing a book. If anyone thinks she wrote this book, come on, please.
No one would be able to understand it. It'd be in gibberish and word salads.
It's just, I think she is extremely unlikable, and that doesn't change. I told you guys this. Everyone was so worried about her. You know, Kamala this and Kamala that. And she's going to come out and she's going to run. And I told you, the more that they get to know her, the worse it's going to be. In 107 days, they learned in 2 weeks that they did not want Kamala Harris as their president. What do you think is going to happen if she's got to run a 22-month cycle? She's going to get stonewalled. She's going to actually have to earn the primary. She's going to have to go and win.
Do you think she's going to try and run in 28?
Yes, I do. And I believe Newsom will absolutely decimate her, because the thing about Newsom, and it's very important to be realistic here. You don't have to like his politics, but Newsom is a very, very slick guy. He's very Bill Clinton. Do not underestimate vagina. Okay? Because when that thing gets purring, it votes with, they think that men lead with their heads, women do. They do it with their sports teams. Oh, he's cute. He's a good-looking quarterback. I'm going to go ahead and vote for him. The same thing happens with politicians. The same thing happens on American Idol. They don't vote for the ugly people. They vote for the good-looking guy, even if he doesn't have a lot of talent, but he's got a great ass. He's got a great ass. So women vote on aesthetics and looks. And all the women in here are going to be like, that's not true, Matt. I didn't say you. You're not voting for Newsom. Republicans are used to voting for white old men. So it's refreshing to see someone, especially on the Democrat side, that'll be a little younger. This will be the youngest person they've actually put forward since John F. Kennedy. So you got to understand, this is a very, very well put together human being who can talk, who is completely full of shit. But Newsom's dangerous. There's no doubt he's dangerous. He can lie with the best of them, and he can shift gears. He is a master politician. This is how he didn't get recall. This is how he has been able to stay destroying California. He's good at what he does. So don't underestimate him. But Kamala Harris can't get on the debate stage with 12 to 13 other Democrats. She'll get trounced. They will just destroy her. And you have to also understand why I'm focused on Youngkin, because there is nobody in the Republican Party who can take on Newsom.
It's got to be a young,
yeah. Yes.
Charming guy, just like Newsom is.
Yeah. And J.D. Vance has some polish, but he's not Youngkin. And listen, I have said it would not shock me if J.D. Vance goes back on the ticket, but it would be unprecedented. Usually vice presidents will leave with the administration and not run again. I don't know if he is the best choice for president. I think he's vulnerable. I think he's susceptible. And the reason why is because they're going to run still on Trump's record. And if Trump's record is not good and the economy is not great, we saw some softening today with some fake numbers. We'll talk about it. But JD has to literally be on a very solid ground to win this, because incumbents usually don't win. This is what happens. The vice president usually doesn't win. This is why they didn't run Biden in 2016. This is why Vance completely torpedoed. This is why Dan Quayle torpedoed. I like J.D. Vance, but
Bush Sr. got in, but isn't that like a...
That's different. It's who he was running against. So Reagan's coattails were extremely strong, and the country remembered Jimmy Carter. They were not going to go ahead and shift into a Democrat again. But once they saw Bush's policies, they said, screw it, we're going with Clinton. And this is where you may need to understand that history can repeat itself. They were ready for a younger, more vibrant person, and Bill Clinton had the charm. And he charmed America, and he taught them what George Bush wasn't, a charmer. Bush was literally a stump. Reagan was a charmer. So you got to have panache. You got to have some vassals of intelligence in that brain of yours on how to do stage and theater. Newsom's got it. Youngkin's got it. J.D. Vance, a little bit, not much. Donald Trump is a master of it. Joe Biden was a stump. So remember, America usually wants vanilla after they've had chocolate. And they bounce, and that's not a racial thing. It's more of just a preference for what type of politics and what type of politician they want. Here's the rest of the inner. What about little Marco? No, he doesn't have the personality. He's J.D. Vance. He's got the politics and the chop, but he doesn't have the polish in the sense of being someone who is likable. Just remember the way Marco was in 2020. It wasn't pretty.
Absolutely going to be part of the fight.
Yeah. 2016, sorry.
But I think that we have to acknowledge and agree that, I mean, look, the power is with the people. That has always been the ideal and or I say the strength of our nation, of America, that we believe fundamentally the power is with the people.
We the people.
And we the people. And I believe right now that...
Except for in 2024 when all the people were idiots, right? Is that what she's... The people spoke. They don't want you.
It is important to do what I can do from the positions that I have held and what I have seen about the world and our country to get out there and remind everyone who needs reminding right now of their power. It is our government. It is our country, and it is important, I think.
Did you know, what did you notice there, Liv, with that line she just said right there? What stood out to you? Did you hear it?
She was talking about our country.
Listen to this again.
Everyone who needs reminding right now of their power. It is our government. It is our country.
Anything stand out to you?
No.
Most important things in your life, go. Give me the top 3.
You, Hayden, and Ethan.
Why am I first?
Probably because you're my husband and you were here before the kids and you'll be here after the kids.
She said government first.
Ah.
You can always listen, you guys and girls, this is how you do it. I know this seems simplistic, but you're like, oh, yeah. Tonight we're going to talk about the word probably. And we're going to go ahead and show you how both sides of the aisle use it, and you can know when someone's lying when they use the word probably. It is the get out of jail free card. It's essentially the word allegedly, but not as well known. When someone says allegedly,
or in my opinion.
Well, no, not even that, because opinion doesn't stop you from being libel. Opinion does not stop you from being libel. You can be libel and slander. You can libel and slander a human being, even if it's your opinion. But when you say probably, it leaves a sense of, well, it's a hypothetical. And it's not an opinion, it's just what if. And that is not libel and slander. You have a very hard time proving that in my head, I meant to cause harm to somebody. So it is a way to do it. I'm going to show you how it works tonight. But I want you to listen to her. It's very interesting that she put government before country, government before the people. This is a leftist, and she's always been a leftist. She is the number one most progressive representative that we've ever had.
And it is important, I think, that in this moment where people have become so deflated and despondent and afraid,
Oh, yes. Afraid.
That those of us who have the ability, which I do right now, not being in an office where I'm campaigning for that office, to be out there and to talk with folks and remind them of their power and their importance in making a difference.
Your power to be subservient to the government, which is our country. See, she didn't want to say country. She believes that this is your government. So do what they say. Follow their lead. They know better than you. This is a leftist ideology. This is that the American people, as the founding fathers created the government that we have, the elected representative government, because it did not trust the people. This is the truth. The United States government, half of it did not trust the people. The anti-federalists and the federalists. The federalists believed in larger size government, bigger bureaucracy, because it did not trust the people. And although they did not want an elected king, they also didn't want a civilian populace running the government. But the other founding fathers, the anti-federalists, believed in the power of the people and were absolutely 100% vehemently against government. The compromise was people cannot always be trusted, and either can politicians. So let's give them representation, but give the people unlimited power to remove them. These are conservative principles. These are conservative principles. The liberal movement, classic liberalism, which conservatism and liberalism was founded, is no longer what these people preach. They want no representation of the people. They want big government, majority rules, democracy, no republic, no individual rights, collectivism. And this is on the precipice of progressivism and moving into socialism, moving into communism, because this is what you get. The far left go left and want bigger, better, larger, more influential government. The more conservative right you go, the smaller influence the government should have, and the more states' individual rights are paramount. This is how you know she just told you. She hasn't changed. She's the same person she's always been.
Well, one of the things...
I mean, I just want to put a fine point on this. You can never let anybody take your power from you. You can never let anybody take your power from you. And that's what...
Except for the government.
Except for when I was put in as presidential nominee without anyone's voting.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I'm a little disappointed in her right now. She didn't mention Venn diagrams once in that interview, and it upset me.
I love Venn diagrams.
Yes.
I really do. I love Venn diagrams. It's just something about those three circles and the analysis about where there is the intersection, right? Yeah, I see people that you agree with me, right?
It's the only reason I tuned in is to hear about Venn diagrams.
I mean, they are the best.
She disappointed me.
Well, we can always, we always have Rome. Joanne Lutman, $50. Thank you, Joanne. It's Friday. Friday, getting down on Friday.
Back seat, front seat.
Which seat shall I take? Hillary Clinton. I'm going to show you this first. August 14th, 2023. When Donald Trump, the Georgia indictment went down and Rachel Maddow broadcast this. I want you to watch Hillary Clinton's mannerisms. Tonight, we're really studying people. We're studying the left. We're studying the right. We're studying. Stuttering.
Sorry, I hit submit already. I didn't mean to.
That's okay. Go ahead and just call it out.
All right. Bubba, the first of the month, $10. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Bubba. We do appreciate you very, very much. So, this is a prime example. I want you to watch. Now, you guys know Hillary Clinton. I want you to watch the video and let's see what you come up with. 218 people on. That's 400 plus in the network. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's your first time to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Welcome. It's good to have you here. I want you to watch Hillary Clinton and I want you to tell me what you see. Now, I hate videos that do this. People are like, tell me what you notice. Ugh, that's clickbait. But I really want you to look and study her and tell me what you notice about this. And also listen to her words because this is, the first scene should tell you everything you need to know about this video. But watch this.
All over the country right now, people are wondering what Hillary Rodham Clinton is thinking watching things unfold in Georgia. She's the former Democratic presidential nominee, U.S. Senator from New York and Secretary of State. I should tell you, she has a new essay out.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Yeah, this is not the circumstances in which I expected to be talking to you.
Nor me, Rachel. It's always good to talk to you, but honestly, I didn't think that it would be under these circumstances. Yet another set of indictments.
This is something, this is becoming like a skill set. Like in the news business, you say like, oh, I've covered Olympics or I've covered a campaign. Now it's, those of us who've covered 4 indictments. Do you feel satisfaction in that? You warned the country essentially that he was going to try to end democracy, but most of the country didn't believe you.
Well, it's hard to believe. I don't feel any satisfaction. I feel great. Just great, profound sadness
all over.
Yeah, so did you hear her words and did you see her face? They tell 2 very different tales. It's like finding out your mother has cancer and she's left. It's not right. The deception. Hillary Clinton, I'm just going to live. Do you see something about that video that made you go, wait a second? That's not the.
I saw the first part where she was shaking her head. No, but I can't read people nearly as well as you.
Let's look at it. Just look at the smile. We've all been watching Hillary Clinton. Has anyone ever seen a smile like that from Hillary Clinton that is absolutely not fake?
No.
That is Hillary Clinton in genuine happiness. Now, we've never seen it before because she was too busy trouncing women who Bill Clinton raped, or running the country. Or browbeating every single person who she's ever interacted with, or collecting more dirt than J. Edgar Hoover. This woman, or going down on Aberdeen, but that's a rumor. All those things, those are alleged, I'm sure. Hillary Clinton, I've never seen her smile like this because this is authentic. It is 100% authentic.
Yeah, she needs to keep that authentic smile to herself. You pulled it up and I'm like, hee-haw, hee-haw.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't, but at least it's, but this tells you this is real. Mm-hmm. She doesn't do this very often. She did this during the investigation in Benghazi when she was frustrated. She had an authentic smile of mocking. This is one of pure satisfaction. And this should be the second photo that Donald Trump has to his mugshot. He should be focused on this. And every time he feels just a little bit of empathy, just a little bit of reflection on, should I make these arrests? Should I push forward? Should I embarrass these people? Should I put them through what I went through? The answer, most assuredly, with no equivocation, is yes. Based on that picture right there, the answer should be yes. And Comey and Brennan and Tapper and Strzok and Page and everyone else who was involved all have had that smile. They celebrated, they sent texts, they cajoled, they lied, they plotted, and they perpetrated a coup against Donald Trump in 2016. And 2020, just wait till 2020 comes around, because here's the deal. Because 2016 was the attempt and 2020 was the success. I have said it a million times. I do not believe the election was stolen. I will never use the word stolen. It was hijacked. It was unconstitutional. And they used emergency powers of COVID to change the state's election process. They violated every single regulation. Any changes to the people's vote and the processes within must be done through state legislators and voted by the state's Congress. They were interrupted by judges, interpreted with absolutely no contestation, and these judges literally changed elections in the swing states and how they would be performed with mail-in ballots. These things made it an unconstitutional election. And wait till that shit comes out. 2016 was the attempt, 2020 was the success. If you really believe that Joe Biden got 7 million more votes than Donald Trump, if you believe that, and you think that's true, and then turned around and had a 12 million vote swing, you're talking from 2016, the number one most votes ever by a Republican candidate, then turned around and had an additional more votes in 2020 than any Republican candidate, and Joe fucking 48-year Biden beat him, and then Donald Trump came around and garnered 5 million more votes in his category with a swing of actually 13 million votes, I've got a bridge to sell you. We know it was mail-in ballots. We know it was in the blue counties. We saw the 90-10 splits. We know what happened. They told us what they were going to do 3 weeks before. Donald Trump told us what they were going to do 11 months before, when Nancy Pelosi looked for an additional almost $1 billion in additional revenue for the U.S. Postal Service, saying that because of COVID, they would not be able to handle the flow of mail-in ballots. Registrations didn't go up. More people didn't register to vote. In fact, it was less than the previous year in 2016 and under Obama in 2012 and 2008. But it went up during COVID, when DMVs were closed, when schools were closed, when things took 6 months to go through, registration went up? No. We know it didn't. So just wait until they see 2020. Now, for anyone who's like, Matt agrees that the election was stolen, I've been saying this for 4 years. It's been unconstitutional. I'm the only one who stuck to my guns, and I'm the only one proven to be right. I don't know anyone else who's saying that. And if you want to tell me who it is, Mark Levin doesn't say it anymore. I am the only podcast that has said, stop using the word stolen. It was done in broad daylight, and because there was no precedent for this, it's not illegal. And we are still leaving these loopholes open. We're allowing judges. They're doing it right now. How do you not see it? How can anyone use the word stolen anymore? They're using political lawfare to hijack Donald Trump right now. This is where they got the idea was 2020. He's using federal judges to interrupt executive orders and what he's doing. 2016, how many injunctions did they put against him? How many of his executive orders did they say were unconstitutional? 38. How many did they do for Biden? 16. How many did they do for Obama? 12 in 8 years. How many have they done so far this year? 64. It's right in front of you. It's right there. And instead of worried about Dominion servers, and instead of worried about George Soros in South America, instead of worried about some QAnon bullshit, just look at the numbers. We predicted in October the exact numbers of how many swing states, the gubernatorial, the Senate, the House, Donald Trump would win by 1.5 million votes. You've all got the screenshot. How did we do that when everyone said it wasn't going to be that way? The numbers will tell you what the election will do if you just look.
Steve Martin, yawn, wake me up when it happens. It won't. I didn't make any promises that anything was going to happen. What I told you is that nobody said that Russian collusion was going to be exposed. Go ahead, Liv.
Bobby Richardson, without you guys, we would have nothing. Love you at $51.99. Thank you very much.
Well, Bobby, I don't know if you would have nothing, but we love you. But see, Steven, the thing is, man, is you should call in because your yawn, what do you want? You've had more information released about Russian collusion. You literally have Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, the DNC, the media, and Obama working with 3 intelligence agencies, and you are seeing these documents. What do you want them to do? You know, people like you are the problem, with all due respect. And it's not that you're a problem, because it's your cynicism that's the problem. You believe that they should be taken out and shot in the middle of the street. And you know what? I don't. I'm not Trey Gowdy that thinks, well, embarrassment's enough, because Trey Gowdy is complicit in this, and I've been running him under the bus for 4 years. But what would make you not yawn? The gallows? Another J6? Well, that doesn't work. We are a republic, and we are a nation of laws. And yes, it is easy to be a cynic in today's world, but what I'm giving you is information that is contrary to what you think, because you don't think any of these things. And if I can prove it with numbers and show it to you, and I can walk you through it, then how is that boring to you? It just makes me scratch my head. I want to see people held accountable. I want to see both of them. I want to see Republicans and Democrats both get in irons, because both parties have done these type of things. But the cynicism isn't necessary. The cynicism isn't necessary. Hillary Clinton. We'll see what happens. What do you got?
Oh, another donation. CJ Jenkins.
Thank you,
Happy
CJ.
Friday, 2110. And now would be a good time for a commercial, or I will just
You just go. It's too soon.
Sorry.
So Olivia's going to go. We can watch her walk away and watch her stand up. And just kidding. Just kidding. I was trying to turn it off, but you wouldn't let me. All right, she'll be back in a second. You know what? I'm going to save the probably, because I want you to see it and I want to get your thoughts. Let's go. You know what? The yawn comment has got me inspired. I want to go back and I want to watch Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, because I owe it to myself. Is it Ilsa? Ilsa Meyer? Potgeiter. Is that right? Elsa Meyer Potgeiter. Is that correct? Tell me if I got it right. That's a very good name. It's a strong name. Very German? Bavarian? Austrian? Austrian. Bavarian, Austrian, German. Which one? She says, it's a spiritual battle. We were forewarned. One has to be blind not to see or hear the rubber hitting the road. Yeah. Yeah. Was I right, Elsa? It's pretty good. Pretty proud of myself. I like your comment. New details found in FBI's Russia collusion probe. I want you to listen to this. And now that we know with the Russian collusion probe, now that we're aware of it, I want you to go back and now listen to Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. And I want you to listen to specifically last night, the conflict that Dan Bongino was having when I told you what he was going through, in my opinion, based on somebody who is very much cares about honor. God, you look good.
Thank you.
This show can't end fast enough. Can't end fast enough. Okay. So if you listen to that and you listen to this, I think you're going to have a different opinion. Have a different opinion of what they said. Now, remember, when everyone sat there like, okay, well, they're covering up, they're lying. this is about Epstein. What if it wasn't about Epstein? What if it was about two things? What if I said last night that Dan Bongino was truly struggling with the weight of all of this? Not an intel professional, a host, Secret Service, a different type of pressure, a physical pressure, a mental pressure that's very much different than the shady underbelly of politics. And his view on his country changes, and he is struggling. That it's a trauma to him. If this is true, watch this and tell me, do you have a different opinion now?
I was the lead Russiagate investigator for the House Intelligence Committee, and I've been on both your shows in a prior life talking about it. And I'm telling you and the American public that we have now found material and information and people who wanted to hide it from the world since we got in these seats. And we, as the deputy said, we are trying to do it in a fashion where not only are we informing the American public of what happened, but we can have accountability for it. And that takes a little bit more time. And when you layer on the fact that we are rolling out our priorities on violent crime and defending the homeland, you know, we're running a three-part animal here, and we're going 100 miles an hour on each single one.
So important.
Wait, I want to add to that, too, because what the director's saying is right. You got to remember, we come in the morning, there's a portfolio of 100 level 10 items. If it's a level 9, which is a pretty big freaking deal, someone else fixed it. The only thing that gets to my desk or his is a level 10. That's the entire day. Look at his schedule any given day. I'll show you the palm card I have. It is filled from 7:30 to he leaves 7 at night, 6:30 at night. It's filled all day. We just can't focus on one thing. You want New York to go boom? D.C. to go boom? You want an OC organization to go hack into some cyber network and crack all of Fox News' holdings? We're dealing with all that stuff, too. Everything's a priority. Everything's a priority. This is one of many things we're doing. It's not an excuse. It's just reality.
I was the lead.
This helps. I said I wasn't going to do comments, but I think it's important to continue to read comments as long as my reaction is 30 seconds and below. So I'm going to give it to you. Mel, all we keep hearing about again and again is about, oh, bummer. This one, that one, who broke the law, who's going to face justice. You have your job and I have mine. I'm not in politics. I vote. I now want to see justice. If this administration fumbles again like they did with Epstein, trust will continue to dwindle. I suggest you put your dollars where your mouth is. Stephen, let me just go ahead and just take you down a peg or two. Mel is an avid patriot. Mel is a consummate professional in the intelligence community. She is just an absolute gold star on her country's honor and integrity, and she's not even an American citizen. So first of all, this is what happens when you open your mouth and you don't know what you're talking about. You're attacking somebody who you know nothing about. You don't know her background. You don't know her service. You don't know her love for the United States, even though it's not her country. And she has put her money where her mouth is. And she has done things, Stephen, that I'm absolutely confident you have never even remotely encroached upon. So there's that. The second thing is that you have a right to be upset. You have a right to be disappointed. All of those things are true. And I embrace your right to feel that way because we all feel the same way. And we've all said the same things. We've said the same things about Donald Trump. We've said the same thing about this administration. But in the end of things, you need to understand is that there is 6 months in a pocket full of decades, full of lies and deceit. And I understand you want it faster and you think Epstein was fumbled, but you aren't there. You don't have the intel. You don't have the real-time analysis. And I promise you this, with no equivocation, I have more contacts in these areas than you do based upon your reaction. If you understood what is happening in Washington, what's happening inside the FBI, what's happening in the CIA, what's happening in
the NSA. What's happening in the IC currently right now, where multiple hosts on this show work in the IC currently or have in the past, will tell you that the things that are taking place in Washington right now are different. They're different because usually what happens is we have a Senate oversight or we have a judicial bird dog launch these things. This is Trey Gowdy. This is Jim Jordan. This is, Lindsey Graham. And these are the staples that usually do this. This is not happening. Trump and these intelligence agencies are not empowering Congress. They're not empowering the Senate. They're doing this on their own. That hasn't happened. The only time we've seen that is when they're working against the current administrations. We saw this with Comey. We saw it with Brennan. We saw it with Tapper. We saw them literally try to perform a coup against a sitting president, against a possible future president, and again by attempted assassination attempts. Now, whether that's Democrats or not, that's unproven, and I can't tell you that. But, listen, when you walk like a duck, talk like a duck, you're a duck. And when you empower people with false narratives of Nazi and democracy will fail and dictator on day one, you are culpable if something happens because of those words. So I blame them too. There's something different in DC right now. And anyone who has the pulse on DC, anyone who has friends who work there, which we do, understands that this is different. So what we're trying to do is bring a factual analysis on what is happening. We're not making any promises. We're used to it just like you. No accountability. If you would have listened to my show last night, you would know that. The last thing I'm going to say is don't take it out on the people who are standing next to you. Some of us might be a step or two ahead or a step or two behind, but we're all on the same side here. We're all Americans. We're all patriots. You may not love what we're saying or you may not agree with what you're saying, but it doesn't require you to belittle people in order to get your message across, because that's what the left does. So if you're going to participate in this show, we would ask that you elevate the way you think, especially about the people who you're standing right next to. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to listen to me. Your thoughts on that, Liv, when you're thinking about Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. Carrie Spricks, $5, putting my money where your mouth is. Ooh, holy shit.
I don't think that was meant to be a dirty way.
Okay.
You got him all flustered, Gary.
Not really, but that's okay. It was just... British Columbia. Uh-oh. Mel's on the phone. It's all over now. Hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Hi.
Mel,
Hi.
You know what? You have the floor. Go get him.
Thank you for defending my Air Fingers quote honor, but I just wanted to clarify whatever and don't come down, hard on Stephen. Yes, I understand his frustration, and that's why I put the comment. You got to start at the lowest level. And I just want, and just to reiterate to him, it's like Donald Trump, all the people in government right now can't solve all of this today or yesterday because this is so long, whatever. But in the meantime, all the rest of the voters, the country, whatever, can start cleaning up the garbage that's festering at the local level, which will eventually clean up the top house. Because voting for president is not going to solve all the problems at once. It never has. It never will. Everything has to be done in consort. It has to start right in your own hometown and move it on up the chain. If you don't like what you see or whatever, you got to clean it up, whatever. You can't expect a savior, as AKA the president of the United States, to come in, wave the magic wand, and make all the bad shit disappear. Because this has been festering for a really long time, like almost close to 100 years. So there's a lot of rot and stuff, whatever. Like the tree is about to fall down because there is no base. If you keep eating at the roots, the tree will fall down. So to eat at the corruption and the whatever, you got to eat the roots, and the roots are in your own hometowns. Like I said, right to the dog catcher. Like You got to go and you got to start locally. That was my point to Stephen. And yes, I understand his frustration, and I wasn't upset. But again, I thank you for defending my honor once again.
Whatever.
And
just,
I'm like, yeah,
just,
but no,
just keep
I'm
being
just
you. That's all
saying
we ask.
I just had to say that no, everything to fix what's broken right now is got to start in your own communities, hometowns,
right,
states.
You and I completely agree.
And that's where
state and local government is single-handedly the most important impact you can make. The federal government is a waste of time. The president of the United States makes very little impact in your life. It is extremely important for your mayoral, your gubernatorial, your state legislature, your senator, your local sheriff, your city council, your school board. These are the things that will make an impact in your life. Mel, I love you. You're the best. And I will defend your honor any day of the week.
Oh, cheers. Love you guys.
Love you too, Mel. Bye.
Thanks, Mel.
So here's probably. Probably. This is the word of the night. And I want to show you Vivek Ramaswamy. I warned you about Vivek, that he was a pharmaceutical CEO, that he was a Trump hater. He was a never Trumper. And I think getting Vivek out of his cabinet was the smartest thing he could do. I don't trust the man. I never trusted the man. Olivia hates him. Well, doesn't hate him, but doesn't like him at all. And I'm not a fan. And he wrote a book on hating Trump. He celebrated his impeachments. The man, Berg Wells on Facebook. Mom, can you hand me my phone? So I want you to watch a video, and I want you to listen for the word probably.
Okay.
And I want you to try and connect the dots between the two of these. Sorry, I'm trying to get this spammer. See if you can. Are you on Facebook, honey?
Yeah.
Can you get on there and do this so I can finish the show?
Yeah.
It's Berg Wells. Just go to
I saw
Facebook and just filter it to newest or wherever it's at. It's right in between Deirdre.
I got him.
Yep. Got her. Get rid of her ass. Okay. So I want you to listen to the keyword, which is probably. First of all, I also want to thank everybody who is in studio, or watching the show. 166 on Twitter. Actually, great number on Facebook too. We're well over 270 plus Wimkin and Rumble, which is good to see. How's Rumble likes doing there, Liv?
They are at
help us.
12,
Nice.
13.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. Thank you for the likes. Here's what we're gonna do. I want you to stay with us. Liv, you call this one out, please.
Okay, Frank. During Biden admin, they allowed in millions across the border, appointed activist judges, and counted ballots way too long in Arizona and California. There's enough bandwidth to pursue Russiagate while appointing judges, deporting, etc. Thank you very much.
Well, let's talk about that after. I'm going to do a break. And listen, it's 2 minutes. It's a funny little commercial. It talks about donations. We only play it once a night. We try not to ask for donations throughout the whole night. So we do it at the top of the hour so you can get a pee break. We're going to be on a little bit longer tonight. Fridays, we always stay on until about 9:30 or so. We're going to give you some overtime tonight. So here's a quick commercial to go get a pee break. Don't leave. Just set your phone down. And we can't hear it in the bathroom, and then come back and stay on. I want to see that number be at 265 when we get back. Don't leave. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so frickin' I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something.
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old? Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
He's better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm going to owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh, yeah, cut it.
Baby shark,
Yes, thank you for your support. It's a new month, and it is August, and we had a great July. We really appreciate it, you guys and girls, and thank you for helping make the Dumb Show as popular as you possibly can with your likes and shares and everything else. Remember, you don't have to give. It's always going to be free. If you can, it helps us out. It pays for the streaming costs. It pays for advertisements. It pays for all those things to keep the show going, but we certainly appreciate it. I've heard a lot of people are saying they can't like the live show. This is the throttling. That it won't share, or that it stops in the middle, or they don't even see it. The only way you can really see it is if you go to the Facebook page and you go and hit the channel. It'll say join channel, and every night before we go live, it's 7:00 Eastern, and you will see an announcement. I'm also thinking of emailing. So if you could,
or go to the link that I am sending now, and it's a Facebook link for Messenger, and we send out anytime anything goes up, a message gets sent out.
That's the channel.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's the channel. And also, if you go to thedumbshow.com, you can sign up for the newsletter. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sending an email out every night before we go live to our subscription list. And we've got like 7,000 emails on there. So we're going to start doing some of that and just trying to help people understand. But it's 7:00 Eastern, Monday through Friday. We're always here. We don't miss. I think we've missed so far this year maybe 2 nights. Maybe?
Yeah, one was because we had those huge storms and our power kept going. Power went out like 3 times, and we finally just said, screw it.
Yeah, so we don't like to miss. We hate it. By the way, we still have the same number of people watching, which is outstanding. Thank you. Here's Vivek Ramaswamy. I want you to watch this, and I want you to listen how he strategically places the word probably in this conversation. And then I'm going to show you a liberal doing the same thing. And this is how you can be very, very cautious about what you consume and disseminate, especially when it comes from people who are snakes. And I think Vivek Ramaswamy is very much a snake. Here it is.
Vivek Ramaswamy joins me now. You think the mainstream media is going to cover this one?
Well, of course they're not, Jesse. But here's the thing about these stories. I'm glad the truth is now coming out. Belatedly, though. And here's the problem with that. The story is just too confusing. If you think about ordinary Americans at home, thinking about whether they're going to put food on the dinner table, thinking about safety in their inner cities, now they're hearing about this. This is now dating back years. This is in some ways the left's plan and the deep state's plan in some sense all along is this is all going to come out at some point in the future, they figure. But by the time it comes out, it's so confusing. People forget even who Christopher Steele even was, let alone the cast of characters that followed. And in some ways, I think that's the travesty of the whole situation, is that even when transparency and perhaps justice is served, it's long past the point where the public is able to make sense of it. And I do think in some ways that's the calculated risk that a lot of these people took nearly a decade ago.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Limbaugh used to call it the drive-by media. Remember, they come in. Vivek Ramaswamy joins me now. You think the mainstream media is going to cover this one?
Well, of course they're not, Jesse. But here's the thing about these stories. I'm glad the truth is now coming out. belatedly, though. And here's the problem with that. The story is just too confusing. If you think about ordinary Americans at home, thinking about whether they're going to put food on the dinner table, thinking about safety in their inner.
So now that we get to hear it again for the second, what's concerning about that comment? The guy's a Republican. He's a governor candidate for Ohio. What's troubling about someone who is going to be very well known in the next year outside of just running for president? A lot of people don't know that because he was out before the primary in the general election. What is he saying?
He sounds like a liberal. He's basically saying that we're too stupid to remember what happened in 2016 and 2020.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the liberals are doing.
Yeah.
You can't get voter ID because black people have a hard time getting an ID, and you can't do this. And he sounds like a freaking liberal. And I don't like the man. I liked him for about 2 seconds. And then he opened his mouth again. I was like, nope, I don't like him anymore. I just don't like him. Thank you. You know, I do have to say one thing. I am very proud of him. We didn't have to hear that he is the son of immigrants and his parents immigrated to this country.
That's right.
Thank the Lord that we didn't have to hear that. But yes, I don't like him.
Yeah, listen, I think it's very disingenuous to stand up there and literally undercut everything that Donald Trump is trying to do right now. And what you did is you just told everyone who is a fan of him. Thank you, Michelle Walker, for subscribing to YouTube. Michelle Welker, I apologize. Thank you. We don't see that very often. YouTube hates us, like absolutely hates us.
Appreciate it.
The number one comment we get on YouTube is, why the hell is your show so small on YouTube? This thing should be like blowing up. We don't know. We don't know. Twitter has been stagnant too. So is YouTube. Rumble is a struggle to grow. I don't know. I can't explain it to you, but it is what it is. Maybe
Rumble is, we consistently had like 80, 85 people on. Now we're down to the 30s for some reason.
Well, this is what happens. It's just like there's only so much real estate and time slots that they can afford to. And other shows, when the Bongino show came back on, they went to her. She's on at 7:00. So she kind of hits right on us too. And she's great. And so it's competitive. It's difficult. The person who took over from Bongino, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So it's tough. Anyway, so the problem I have is that with your platform and with your strength and being a Republican, you should be encouraging these investigations. And instead of saying, you're literally telling people this is too complicated, don't worry about it. That's what you just said. So Vivek Ramaswamy is in the probably crowd, right? He just said, what's most likely is that it's too complicated for you to understand, therefore the media shouldn't do it. He just ran cover for the media. He said they're not covering it because it's too complicated. It's not too complicated. It's easy. It's simple. We were wrong. Obama, Hillary Clinton, Podesta, the DNC, and multiple intel agencies tried to circumvent and perform a coup on the 2016 election. That's it. That's pretty simple. People can understand that. These people bad. These people not bad. Mongo, get them. That's it. It's pretty simple. If they can understand 34 felony convictions for a typo and a clerical error of misdemeanors that were turned into felonies past the statute of limitations where laws had to be introduced, and he is a felon without a conviction and has not been sentenced and never will be sentenced, but still classified as a felon. If they can understand that, they can fucking understand this. American people are smarter than you think, and that is an elitist attitude. Vivek Ramaswamy is an elitist. He was a never-Trumper. He's a CEO in the pharmaceutical industry that came up during COVID. He shorted his stock and undersold his company by using fake reports from his mother, who's a doctor. The guy's a piece of shit. And I've told you he's a piece of shit. So when Jesse has him on and Benny Johnson has him on, the whole time I was telling you, this guy is a rhino. He is not, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And he's no longer with the administration, is he? And do you notice how Trump hasn't said anything about him? Mm-hmm. He's going to have to, because they're going to be running now. And do you want Vivek Ramaswamy as a governor of Ohio?
Yeah.
Something to think about. Now I want you to watch this one. This is...
Thank you, Frank Wood. Matt, the incoming call bell sounds so much better. You're welcome. Olivia looks classy and lovely tonight. Thank you, sir. Love you guys with all my heart. Thanks for what you do. Appreciate it.
Love you, Frankie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I want you to listen to this. This is Lockbox. Vivek is worried about the state right now. He don't care about the Fed. I get it, but he's not running for... I don't give a shit if he's running for federal office or not, Larry. He's standing on the national stage speaking to a national audience. He doesn't get to hide behind, I am a state governor running for office. No, he didn't say he didn't care about that. He didn't say focus on Ohio. He didn't say focus on clean water or energy. He didn't focus on any of those things. He focused on telling people they were too stupid to care about the Russiagate scandal. So you can run cover for him, but you're wrong. Al Gore decided to go ahead and talk and move the goalposts. Here you go. Here's your probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is moving the goalposts. We were all supposed to be dead by 2020.
He looks like Maury Povich right there.
Okay. So we're supposed to be dead by 2020. Well, he's now telling us that it's no longer going to be 2020. We need to move our expectations down the road that it's going to be 2050. If anyone still gives this grifter money, I swear to God, folks, I swear to God, this is unbelievable. By the way, Carlos Correa is coming back to the Astros, which is amazing. Astros made some great pickups. Man, they are serious.
Although they're saying it's one of the worst trades of the entire thing.
No, they didn't. They said it was the biggest trade. Who said it?
It was MLB came out in top 5 best, top 5 worst. They're putting it as number 4 worst because of what the Twins got in return, I think.
The Twins got a freaking left-handed pitcher in the minors, and they gave us $30 million.
That's why it was crap for them.
Well, no, it was them, not us. Yeah. Why are you saying it's a crap trade?
Well, it said it was bad for both the Astros and us. Because
no, it's not bad for the Astros. You got a Gold Glover, he's going to be a platinum Glover. The guy still has a bet. He's a left pole hitter. He's going to literally hit 20 home runs between playoffs and now because the guy's a left pole hitter into the Crawford boxes. You put him back in Minute Maid Park, he's going to be ripping yolks all day long.
Well, I'm cool with it. But
the humidity there is much different than Minnesota. It's a humid ball. It drops off. It lowers his sweet spot anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches on the breaking ball. He's going to crush it. He's a low ball hitter. They don't know what they're talking about. Just watch.
Bubba's excited.
Seriously, people, don't even get me started in sports. You think I know politics? Come on. That's a great pickup. Morale, he was the captain of our team. You also got Jesus Sanchez from from Miami, which is a great right fielder. He's got a good bat. He's a drive hitter. He'll get on base. He's patient. He doesn't bring in a lot of ribbies, but he doesn't have to. He's got a fast foot. This is where right field's going to go to die. It's going to take the pressure off Jake Myers when he comes back in center field. That's perfect. Dude, Stroh's got stat. All right.
Now if we can get healthy.
Now, yeah, well, here's the thing. They just released our injured list. If you took the 16 people on the injured list and added them to any team that wasn't currently in the top 10 in the league, they're saying that they would be a 90-win team. That is how many all-stars we have on the injured. Our entire team is down. I mean, you got a guy who has an OPS of what, 896 in Yordan Alvarez, one of the best long ball hitters in the game. You've got 2 of the best pitchers in the game in Garcia sitting down and Valdez sitting down. You've got one of the best shortstop who's on his way to be a Gold Glover in Pena. If the Astros get healthy, it's World Series time in Houston. And then at used to be Minute Maid Park. Okay? All right. Sorry.
Had to do that. We gained 25 viewers when I started talking baseball. Here is
1-0 Stros.
Here
top
is
of the fifth.
Yeah, can you make sure that I want to watch that from the start?
We can't, but that's okay.
But is it not on Apple?
It's only on Apple TV, and you have to be subscribed to Apple TV.
See if it's the
to
free
watch
game.
it.
Go to MLB.com. See if it's the free game of the week. Trust me.
Okay, I will look.
Listen to this. Al Gore, lockbox. I want to put it in a lockbox and have it collect momentum for America. A lockbox.
Is it realistic to ignore the 1 to 2 billion climate refugees that the climate scientists are warning us will cross international borders and have to move inside their own nations by 2050 because of the climate crisis? Is it realistic to ignore the fact that right now Greenland is losing 30 million tons of ice every single hour? What about the food crisis that scientists are predicting? Is it realistic to ignore that as well in order to avoid doing anything to reduce fossil fuel emissions? So what's really behind this preposterous theory they call climate realism? Could it be that they're kind of panicking a little bit about the loss of their markets? Last year, if you look at all the new electricity installed,
we have Fubo.
We have it.
But it's Apple's game of the week. Did you look?
I can't do it on my phone. We're gonna have to.
You can't go to MLB on your phone?
but I can't do it to see if it's the free game of the week. I don't.
It'll
know how
tell you when you go to
that.
MLB.com. It'll say literally free game of the week on MLB.com.
There's MLB.com.
Go to the scoreboard and find out watch game, and it will say free game of the week.
worldwide, 93% of it was renewable, mostly solar. I believe that we as human beings have the capacity to recognize that our survival is at stake and that we need to move faster, even though the big polluters have the political and economic power to try to block us. We've got everything we need. The people are demanding change. The one thing that they tell us might be in short supply is political will, but always remember, political will is itself a renewable resource.
Probably, in the first two sentences, the word probably. Folks, this is what you need to do when you're listening to people. Listen to the key words. Probably, might be, could be, might happen. The experts say. Not me, I don't say. The experts say. Climate change, doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. We understand what's happening to the polar ice caps. We understand we had an ice age. We are not in an ice age anymore. Ice is going to melt. That's what happens. Are we speeding it up? It's hard for me to believe that less than 3,000 years ago, there were anywhere from 10,000 active volcanoes on Earth. And these volcanoes are slowly sputtering out. And there's not many active volcanoes on the Earth right now. In fact, I don't even know what the number is, but I know it's low that are actually active. Let's find out together.
I know Mount Rainier's been picking up.
1,500 potential active. 1,500 versus 10,000 3 years ago. So the Earth is cooling. The Earth is solidifying. The center of the Earth, which is literally magma, because of the overall pressure and the change of the compound from a gas to a hyper liquid to a solid, which is where other stasis of planets are. And then you have places like Mars, which are literally rocks, which more than likely were very much resembled Earth at one point, very close to. It had water on it. We understand that. It had some sort of atmosphere and more than likely had some sort of sustainable life. So the ends of the spectrum are something like Mars or something like Venus, where you could have something that is noxious gases that will not support life as we know it with a solid core in the middle. Or you could have something like Neptune, which is solid gas and completely impossible with no solid core. But in 10,000 years and 100,000 years, just like the Earth, you have no idea what will happen. And how the Earth started, how the Earth got its periodic table, pretty simple. As it was once a gas, you had asteroids that hit here and brought the different forms and compounds throughout the universe into on this planet. How do we know this? Because the same things happened on the moon. But the moon does not have the quality of life. It was a dead rock. And we more than likely became from a gas to a liquid to a solid, just like the things that we can see when we have an ice cube that goes ahead and is a solid, and it goes ahead and melts to a liquid and then turns into a gas, and the cycle produces itself over. The start of something, which is noble gases superheating, being pulled in one giant ball from the gravitational pull of the sun, creating the one symbol throughout life, throughout everything, is a circle. A perfect symmetrical sphere is the symbol of life at a microscopic level and at a gargantuan level, like a giant star. Is it us? Well, it's hard to believe 10,000 years ago with volcanoes that were literally erupting ad nauseum, putting more sulfur and CO2 in the air, and it did not kill the earth. Do we really believe that ice combustible engines are going to be the death of us? I can't answer that question. But what I do know is every prediction that these scientists have made have been wrong. Every single one of them. So if you want to go ahead and figure that tomorrow is going to be the end of our lives and existence, that can happen in a car crash. It doesn't mean we don't stay focused. It doesn't mean you shouldn't recycle. It doesn't mean we shouldn't go ahead and run tests. But in the end of things, we have no control over it. And it's just like firearms. We have to have plausible solutions to solve the problem. And the problem is not a gun. It's the mental health crisis that we have in this country, where we cannot put the deranged and mentally sick. And if you want to look at what the problem is as far as CO2 poisoning and killing our atmosphere, you have to go to India, you have to go to China. You have to go to the larger countries that are polluting at massive levels. The problem is not the United States. We contribute to 0.3% of all the plastic in the ocean. You want to get the rest? Look at India. Look at China. These are two of the most massive polluters in the world, period. So until you get them to stop, what we do is infinitesimal. Now, we absolutely contribute more CO2 than any other country. We understand that. We're aware of that. But look at where we're at. Look at where our country's at. Is the weather more severe than it was 30 years ago? I would beg to differ that it wasn't. We still had hurricanes. We still had typhoons. We had blizzards. In fact, it's less wet than it was. If you look at all the reserves inside the United States, there is less rain than there's ever been. The water reserves are absolutely drying up. This planet is dying. It's natural part of life. Whatever is alive will die. Nothing is immortal. Are we speeding it up? Well, I have some questions. I've got some questions. And I certainly am not going to get my answers from Al Gore, who literally moves the goalposts way too much.
Thank you, Jimmy C. Great show as always. Happy Red Friday. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Let's shift gears. Chuck Schumer. You know who Chuck Schumer is, right, baby?
Can't place him.
Senate Minority Leader?
I do.
Oh, you can't? Okay. I didn't know if you were serious.
No, I know who frickin' Schumer is. Shifty, whatever.
So here's the thing. Chuck Schumer is all about peaceful protesters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are all the Democrats. Peaceful protesters, right? They have a right to protest.
Yep.
Free Palestine. Say it with me. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
You're right here. There's no delay. How can you not sing and sync with me? Free Palestine. Give me an H.
H.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an M.
M.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an S.
S.
What's that spell?
Hamas.
That's right.
Okay.
So yeah, these are Hamas protesters outside Chuck Schumer's residence, and look what this hypocritical dipshit did.
And happening live, protesters from the Jewish Voice for Peace are right now protesting against the war in Gaza. This is the building where the protest is taking place. It houses Manhattan offices, we are told, for both New York Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand, who voted for recent arms sales to Israel against an initiative by Senator Sanders to block the sales. We are told that there has been some arrests in the past few minutes that took place, but this is happening live right here in New York City. And Senator Kennedy, I'd like to get your thoughts.
Is that
and your
Claude
reaction to what we're
Samori?
watching together.
No, I'm serious.
No, it's not.
Is that Claude who's done some lifting?
Well, on the left?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking on the
most
right.
of those people protesting believe in diversity.
Well, these are Jews for Gaza, so I don't know.
Equity, inclusion.
I don't think he'd
and
be
the
a part
right
of that
to hurt
group.
Jewish people. Number two.
So let me get this straight. Chuck Schumer
I think Israel.
just had those protesters arrested.
And all they were doing was chanting.
It was just peaceful. It was so peaceful protests.
There was no violence. They were chanting.
So here's my problem. Democrats are full of shit.
Always are.
That's why they have gated communities. That's why they have armed security guards with guns. They want their protection, but they want you to be isolated and alone. This is why I tried to tell you last night, all of them. They're just crooks. Every single one of them are just crooks. Go ahead and pop it, hon. 100% crooks. Want to say thank you. Real close to goal, 283.44. Mr. JD Stillwell donated 50. This is my please allow me to comment with my dummies donation. Happy Red Friday. I did log out and back in. Did it not work?
No, that's what I suggested.
I'll do it. I'll do it right after the show. I'll get you in, JD. I apologize.
We will figure it out. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, and Greg Carlisle makes a great point. The group, right? Deirdre says that crowd is huge. Yeah, those tens of people were really, really inspiring. But they did have Queer for Palestine. Do you understand what would happen if you went into Palestine, which is not even a country, Gaza, and you went ahead and you said, "Hi, I'm queer and I'm here and I'm proud." By the time you got proud of it, you're toast.
They're going to behead you on the street.
They're going to see if you can fly. I want to also say something, and I want everyone to hear me. And I know I've got a lot of Rumble people on. Not a lot, but I've got some Rumble people on. And let me just be clear. And I hate that when I say that. Let me be clear. I don't like it either. I got to stop saying that. This whole bullshit about starving kids in Gaza is a complete lie. I don't believe 40,000 kids have died. I don't believe 60,000 people in Gaza have died. I don't believe it at all. The amount of ordnance that Israel would have to drop in order for that to happen, it just doesn't scan. I've done BDA assessments. I've seen the targets they're trying to hit. And yes, they have leveled entire neighborhoods, which are absolute hotspots for Hamas. Most of these neighborhoods were evacuated. I've seen too many videos where Hamas is opening fire on crowds trying to eat. I've worked and read too much about Hamas and their tactics and strategies to oppress their people to believe it. But do I believe that there's starving kids? Here's the thing. If you're going to tell me that there's starving kids, that there's the Jews are starving Gazans, show me a video where the parents aren't fat. Show me a video where the parents aren't fat. And one that is not AI, or they're not suffering from some other debilitating disease. If you can show me that video, I'll apologize. Now, I know that there aren't any videos. Do I believe that there are people who are hungry? Sure. But this shit's been going on for 2 years. If they were starving people, they would be dead, number one. But there's always fat parents with these kids. And then when you find out these kids have secondary diseases that are causing this, the malnourishment. And there are too many videos and pictures made with AI, because if you have to lie, then whatever you're saying is not true. Just show me. Show me the pictures. There's been too many dead bodies that have come out that have been fake. There's too many videos from 2017 or somewhere else that are to be real. Now, do I believe that tens of thousands have been killed? Yes, I do. Do I also know that Israel has prosecuted this war with the best civilian to enemy combatant ratio of any modern army? Yes. And as Barry said last night, Israel is the only country that can't win a war. Because here's your video. This is Emily Schrader. And I've got no problem with her reporting because she's on the ground. There's no AI here. It's not being altered, and it's straight up real-time news. And I want you to listen. But I will hold this open. I want you to show me where the Red Cross or some sort of verified agency is getting these numbers and takes actual photographs. Show me National Geographic. Show me the BBC. Show me a major newspaper. Show me a major publication. Show me independent journalists who have photographs of starving kids in camps. Show me. Because I've seen Auschwitz. I've smelt Auschwitz. I've seen the verifiable documents from the Nazi army. I have studied the Nuremberg trials. I've studied the liberation of the camps. I've had conversations with people who liberated camps in WW2. I have the factual data and analysis to go ahead and say that there is incontrovertible proof that the Holocaust took place. And it's always amazing how they say, oh, there weren't 6 million Jews killed. Well, what about the other 5 million who weren't Jews? Nobody seems to mention those, do they? But this whole bullshit 60,000 Gazans killed, it's not accurate. Because the numbers you're getting are from Hamas. They're propagandists, state-run media, and this video, tell me what you think about it. Tell me you have any doubt in your mind after what I just told you and you watching
I'm here
this.
at the Gaza border at the Kerem Shalom crossing. Right now we're on the Israeli side. In just a few moments we're going to be crossing into Gaza. I'm going to give you an inside look at what's happening. I'm here at the Gaza border at the Kerem Shalom crossing. Right now we're on the Israeli side. In just a few moments we're going to be crossing into Gaza. I'm going to give you...
Elon Musk, fix your shit. Fix your shit, Elon.
Well, that is loading. Mr.
call it
Hollandaise is always thankful for all you guys do here every day, every night. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Listen, you guys have been amazing. We really appreciate it. And you know what? When we lost a really big fan of this show, we thought that there was going to be some blowback and we would lose some viewers. It hasn't. And honestly, the feedback we've been getting is that chat is better. And it's more accepting and more open than it's ever been before. So we're very happy with some of the changes that have taken place, and we appreciate you. We're going to do our best to not let that happen again. So we're glad you're enjoying chat. We're glad you're participating. We also love phone calls. If you guys want to call in, just chat. We love that. Please call in 276-200-2105. If you can't get in, let us know, but we would love to hear from you. Here is this video. Watch this.
I'm here at the Gaza border at the Kerem Shalom crossing. Right now we're on the Israeli side. In just a few moments we're going to be crossing into Gaza. I'm going to give you an inside look at what's happening at the depot where hundreds of trucks of humanitarian aid are entering the Gaza Strip every month in order to be distributed. I'm here in the Gaza Strip and I'm at the distribution center where thousands of pallets of aids are just waiting to be distributed. Let's take a closer look at what's happening here. Walking around this area, I think it's incredibly frustrating that we're seeing the accusations that we're seeing right here from the UN accusing Israel of intentional starvation, all kinds of crimes against humanity that are simply not the case when you actually look at the facts on the ground. Now, is there suffering in Gaza? Of course. Are there pockets of hunger? Absolutely. Which is why you see this distribution center with thousands of pallets of aid just waiting to be delivered. This is literally, as far as the eye can see, you see humanitarian aid waiting for distribution. Even on the way into the Gaza Strip, we saw that there was a long line of cars waiting. Some of them UN cars. Hopefully they're actually delivering that aid. But you can see here that there are just pallets upon pallets upon pallets of aid waiting to be distributed. Again, medicine being donated to the people of Gaza, yet not being distributed. Sanitary supplies. Here we have a collection of aid from the UAE. Again, not being distributed by the United Nations. I have behind me aid from Egypt, and you can see sitting in the sun, rotting. Aid is literally just rotting here because the United Nations isn't picking it up. Well, at the same time, running an entire disinformation campaign across media and social media accusing Israel of being the obstacle. As you can see, the hundreds of boxes here for the United Nations are not yet being distributed. You can see here UNICEF for every child, but apparently not for the children of Gaza.
Listen, folks, we've been trying to tell you this shit, and we'll be called propagandists, but that's on the ground. You literally saw it with your own eyes. And it's AI. Folks, if you are going to distrust everything, then why are you trusting only what Hamas or only what state-run propaganda is saying? If everything's a lie, then why do you select some things and say it's true? You must weigh all of it as if it is true and disprove it. That is the way information works. That is the scientific method. Not just to go ahead and figure out an algorithm or an equation, but also understanding what is accurate and what is not. Use your own eyes, use your own ears. If everything they're saying is true, then right there in the country, they have tens of thousands of pallets of food. Then who is not distributing it? If everyone's starving, then why? Because you've got medicine and you have food right there. So if you're going to blame anyone, blame the people who aren't distributing it.
Yep.
Because you've got Muslim countries. You got Qatar, UAE, Jordan, Egypt sending food. You've got the United Nations not delivering it. You got the United States, Canada. You have Israel. The enemy, the war that they're fighting, the only time in war ever that anyone has said you have to feed your enemy while you kill them. Jeff Oliphant's on the phone. Jeff, what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Hey, I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys. Finally got a chance to call in.
Good to have you here, bud.
Over here on the left coast. So basically, I listen to you while I'm working. So I just wanted to tell you I appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work. I don't agree with everything you say all the time, but most everything.
That's okay. Where are you from, Jeff? Are you in California, yeah?
Grants Pass, Oregon.
Oh, oh God, you're really behind enemy lines.
Yes, thanks for the support.
Yeah. So what do you disagree with? Love to hear.
It was early on in the oh gosh, I'm so tired.
It's okay.
It was early on in the campaign.
Okay.
I didn't think that who was it?
Nikki Haley.
Who were you Nikki was going to be a good fit.
I wasn't going for Nikki.
Okay, but I mean, you said that if he had gone with her, he would have brought in a whole bunch of votes. Yeah, maybe.
Until he shifted. Until he shifted his abortion policy. Once he shifted in his abortion policy, I jumped off Nikki Haley in a heartbeat. It was a lesser of two evils. The question is, do you want Donald Trump sitting on the sideline, or do you want him in the office with Nikki Haley? But she's a neocon. I know she's a neocon. A lot of people think she's a war hawk. She's just she hasn't had the ability to be a war hawk. So let's not let her do that. I don't want her in office.
That's true.
Yeah, but go ahead.
No, I don't want him. I just to reiterate that I really appreciate you guys, the view that you have, the insights that you have coming from a military background, and thank you for your service.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for always helping us. And if you think I don't notice, I do. I try to send you an email. You never reply, and that's okay. You seem like a pretty humble guy. So
I got it. If you need a reply, thank you for the for the
You're
email.
like me,
You're
dude.
welcome.
You're so much like me.
welcome.
I don't reply either. It's totally fine. I get it. I'm like, what needs to be said? I read it. Thank you. It's like you don't need my confirmation. I agree with you. I just know that you read them. I know that I always try to say thank you because it comes in there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very nice, your support that you give us. So thank you, Jeff.
Yep. You're welcome. I don't need to have the last word, so that's why I don't reply every time.
It's fair enough. Well, you get the last word now because it's tradition. So you get a couple seconds. Anything else that you wanted to chat about?
It's the last word. No, for those of you who may be struggling to donate, we understand that not everybody can donate, but if you can, I know that they really appreciate it.
Sure.
So, and it really helps. I mean, $300 a night, that's not a big deal. So
it's not what I was making when I was an executive. I'll tell you that much, you know?
No, I drop $20 when I, probably once a week. And so those of you who are listening, you don't have to, but if you can, it's appreciated. So
Thank
I
you,
know
Jeff.
Thank you so
Matt
much,
and Olivia
Jeff.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Jeff, you're the best, dude. And good luck in Oregon. Let us know if you need to get you the papers so you can get out of there.
Well, in all honesty, my dad is 91, soon to be 92. And I'm the only family member near him. So I do a lot for him. I climb up and I change out the air filters on ladders and do things like that. So if he weren't here, I'd be in Idaho with my brother.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you finally get out, I might be joining you soon. As soon as the kids are out of here, I think Olivia and I are going to sell this thing and go build a nice little, cabin somewhere in some property, get ourselves a very, very nice motorhome. And
we can go to Montana
and just travel.
Yeah.
And just literally live off the grid and probably do a travel show. I mean, how cool would it be? Yeah. Literally every night we're in a new spot and we're doing a podcast somewhere. I mean, fucking how cool would that be?
That's true. Yeah. Well, if you do need help building anything, I am a contractor. So
yeah, what do you think of the studio? You got to see some of the work we did. How do you feel?
Yeah, you guys did a really nice job.
Cool.
I didn't get to see the progress going, but I can see the effects, and it's a very nice facility you've done there.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you, sir.
A lot of work, and we finally got it done. And we don't get to see it as much as we want to show it off, but when we get 4 people in here, we will. But yeah, man, we appreciate it. We thank you, and thank you, Jeff, for everything you do for us. We thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, Bubba. See you soon.
Bye.
Love calls like that. Love first-time callers. Always a good thing. Yes. The video says a lot. The video shows that. Hey, Jesus, $5. Thank you, Jesus. We appreciate you over on Rumble. You always help us out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that you were in the middle of something. Sorry.
I just think that people need to be very cautious of buying into the anti-Israel narrative right now. And yes, I agree with you that war sucks. 120%. And I also agree with you that it sucks that civilians die. It's horrible. But the convictions of the United Nations, the lack of their conviction should show you quite a few things. If they were honest, they would be showing photographs and videos every single day at the UN. There would be a public outcry on CNN. They'd be showing graphic videos. They would be incensing people. They're not doing that. Why?
Because it's not true.
It's not true. Now, of course there's death. Of course. That's so stupid. Of course there's pockets of hunger. I agree with that. Yes, of course there's travesties. Yes, there's probably rape. Yes, there's probably beheadings, retaliatory beheadings. Yes, all that. It's all true. It's war. It's horrible. But you need to understand that that's the definition of war. And everything that I have seen, Israel is being the most humane that they can possibly be to get a cowardly ideology uprooted and out of that area. And I'll tell you what, it's not easy. If you think it is, take a look at what we had to go through in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, in Syria, and take a look at how difficult it was. And if you ask anyone who is in the sandbox and ask them this question, how did you know who a terrorist was? They were, I've made 9 deployments and I still don't know. Most of the time you find out that somebody is an insurgent is when they're firing at you or clacking off a vest. That's when you find out. Or they're driving a truck up your ass at your main gate that's loaded with explosives. That's when you find out who they are. Because they don't
wear a sign that says, "Hi, I'm a terrorist and I want to fucking kill you." It's an ideology. They don't wear uniforms. They don't have bandanas. They don't have conventional warfare. They don't have conventional armaments. And the normal ways that our intelligence community and our human intelligence gathering from outside the wire is conducted, we are not capable. This is why we have Israel as a friend, because their intelligence assets, their signals, their electronics, their human is so unbelievably in sync and in line with identifying ideological practices of its targets. And they are experts at it. And that's why we give them $3.6 billion a year. If you don't know, that's why. So you can tell me anything you want. You can tell me anything you want about Israel. Oh, we fight their wars, the Rothschilds, the dancing Jews, the USS Lipton. We pay Israel that money because they are the only Western civilization in that entire fucking desert. And second, they provide us ungodly amounts of intelligence that would cost us $6.5 billion annually to create for ourselves. We're getting it at a bargain at $3.6 billion. So whether you love that or hate that, I don't care. That's just what it is. Donald Trump fires Commissioner of Labor Statistics, Dr. McEnterfer, because he adjusted 73,000 jobs in July. And the report is coming out that May, June, and July's numbers were a lot lower than they thought, and they're removing 70, 80,000, which is putting us at 35, 70K for jobs. Here's the thing. This is the same guy that literally fudged all of Joe Biden's job reports. And they had to go back for a year and literally remove hundreds of thousands of jobs from Biden. And now he just did the same thing. You get fired when you don't do well. I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. If you are shit at your job, going to get fired. Especially with the guy who literally says, "You're fired."
You're fired.
What do you expect? Liv, pop it, and then we'll play it.
Debbie Hensley, happy anniversary month. Aw, you remember. That's sweet. Thank you very much.
Who?
Appreciate it. Debbie Hensley, Mrs.
Everybody-
Mrs. Feet herself.
Oh, Debbie has an anniversary?
No, us.
Who? We have like 7 fucking anniversaries a year. The time we first met, the time
We
that
only
the time that we
celebrate
first the time that we first had sex.
Are you serious?
The time that we did reverse cowgirl. The time that we threw someone in the middle. How many anniversaries do we have?
Are you effing serious right now?
Oh.
Which anniversary?
Is that when the chain came on?
You're so in the doghouse. You ain't getting any of this. Like-
Whatever. Yes, I am. Please. Everyone knows better. All right. Here's Kennedy from Louisiana. I like Kennedy. But I wish James goes, "Jesus, Matt, stop talking." That's true. I know when our anniversary is. August 22nd,
Wow.
2002.
Holy shit, you remembered.
Of course I know. I've always known. I just do it to piss you off.
Well, I'm the one who forgot our wedding anniversary in the year 15. Funny, it was our 15th wedding anniversary. We
I completely forgot my birthday, to be honest with you, too.
No, I didn't forget your birthday.
Yes, you did.
We had just moved to Houston, so we were still unpacking and crazy, and Hurricane Harvey was just about to hit us, and totally forgot it was our anniversary until Facebook reminded me that evening. Only once.
And she came in and she's like, "Oh, I forgot our anniversary." I'm like, "Oh, yeah? Well, forget about it." And then she's like, "You forgot too." I'm like, "Yeah, that's true. I did." Okay, I can't go out on steak. We've already done our steak for the year. According to some people, we're only allowed to have steak once a year. So we've had our rations of steak.
Well, last year we did the story of us on.
I don't want to do that again.
I know. Everyone loved it.
You
but-
want to do it. I don't want to.
Yeah,
Okay, so here we go. John Kennedy. I just wish that certain politicians wouldn't jump to the. Can you just use some deductive reasoning? Did you even remember what happened under the Biden administration? This guy's a shitbag. Of course he deserves to be fired. He's horrible at his job. And if you reported that the White House administration reported these many jobs and literally had to go back and make 70,000 corrections on each month. It's not that Donald Trump would have been upset because he had 30,000 report and he said, you know what, it's not great, but this is what we're doing. We can expect some ups and downs. But when you tell the White House that they did that and then go and remove them, you deserve to be fired. If I gave quarterly projections or monthly projections when I was working at Comcast or Apple, my ass would have been canned one time. This guy literally out of the last 27 months has fucked up 22 months. You deserve to be fired, yo. And Kennedy is out here going, well, it's like, dude, come on, man. Give me the program.
Everybody in Washington now seems to be an economist, and some of them just don't know what they're talking about. Taking their advice is like, it's like taking the advice of a nun about sex. And a lot of them are trying to score political points. Let me try to be as objective as I can. It wasn't a good jobs number. It wasn't. There's the job market is softening. Our business people are creating fewer jobs. But on the other hand, unemployment stayed steady at 4.2%. We had job growth last month, annualized about 3%. Inflation has not spiked. Point three, you've got to put this in perspective. I wouldn't trade America's economy for the economy of any other country. Certainly not Europe.
Yeah, you know what? I want to backpedal. I'm going to completely just. I was wrong. When I pulled that clip, I heard him being a little bit more negative to Trump. He wasn't. It's not a good jobs report. The last 3 months have been shit. They were good. And in no way, shape, or form did he question the decision to fire him. That guy deserved to be fired. So I completely backpedal. I want to apologize to Senator Kennedy. He's always been a fireball. I do love him.
He just kind of says it how it is.
Yeah, you know what? I was
getting advice from a nun about sex.
I was completely wrong. Completely.
That's my new
He's
saying.
great. He's great. He's great. He always is great. I should have known better. I shouldn't have trusted Fox. I listened to it quickly when I was cutting the video. I got to backpedal. Completely backpedal. I was wrong. There it is. See? It's happened now twice. Enjoy that. We get steak once a year, and I can be wrong once a year.
Awesome.
By the way, I didn't think she was hot, this Sydney Sweeney.
Paul Rivera, thank you. Seeing Paul. A lot of new names in Facebook chat. Just wanted to say welcome. You have no idea the solid info we get here. Great show tonight.
Oh,
Appreciate
Paul, thanks
it.
you, bro. Thank you, Paul.
I do have a question about donations.
What?
BP said, next break, add donations on the site, not just PayPal and Venmo. Don't we get notified of all donations that come in?
I don't understand what that means.
Since people can go to the website and do their credit card, not
we get
specifically, we get notified through that.
Yeah, you get notified through your email and you put it in.
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
So we get notified out of all of them. Okay, so I don't have to go to a separate place.
Yep, you don't have to go to a separate. Wasn't it a woman? Janet says. What woman? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Charlottesville, Virginia, our neck of the woods. Haven't been to Charlottesville, but I want to. I think I might know who this is. Hi, caller. Where are you calling from?
Area code says Charlottesville, actually out of Denmark, South Carolina.
Oh.
This is Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
The train guy from last week, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So are you calling through VoIP or did you live in Charlottesville at one point?
Oh no, this is a Google Voice thing. It was just the default. I just had Charlottesville as the number when I chose the Google Voice thing.
Got it. All right, Dave. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, it's calling to tell you I found a very, very interesting train fact.
Okay, give me your train fact.
So the earliest date I can find for an American locomotive ending up in Britain was around 1848 or so.
Okay.
The first railway in Britain was in 1825, so this is fairly early on in Britain's railway history.
What were they using? What were they using? Muscle power? Just using the seesaw carts instead as the rails versus engines, or what?
So in 1825, Stockton and Darlington Railway was built, and it was the first traditional railway to use steam locomotives.
Okay.
This railway in 1848, these were their only steam locomotives.
Okay.
They had just built the line, and they ordered some locomotives from Pennsylvania, specifically from the Norris Locomotive Works.
Okay.
Most of them exploded due to the very weak boilers and weak safety valves.
Right. Safety valves would be an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. They ordered from the Norris Locomotive Works, which have a very, very long track record of engines exploding. And I just found it funny that the fact that these were the first American locomotives ever in Britain, and they exploded like a traditional Norris locomotive.
Isn't it true that because of the steam explosions, they figured out how to create capacity bombs from that and started generating, capacity type weaponry from what was happening with steam? And this is where they came up with Claymore and satchel device charges and things of this effect, is because of what happened early on with steam locomotives. Is that accurate or not?
I'm not quite sure. I don't know the history of explosives, but I can see that happening.
Yeah, but it's nothing like, that's how gunpowder happened. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Can you see your picture on your show, or can you see it on your phone or anything right now? See me?
Hold on, let me get it up here.
Well, it's not that big of a joke. I mean, the people. Do you know how they? Well, tell me when you can see me.
I can see on the YouTube.
So, if you don't understand, the person who invented black powder, they counted in a base of 2 better than anyone else on the planet, right? So, a lot of their understanding of black powder was done by accident. But we also know penicillin and other inventions were also fortuitous accidents of how they invented things. But that's my understanding, is capacitation bombs. Immense pressure, and then obviously explosion. So putting contents under pressure and in a sealed container was how they figured out how to make capacitation bombs. But I could be wrong. Anyway, well, Dave, thanks for calling in. That's an interesting fact. Anything else that you wanted to share with us before we kick you off? Because we gotta keep moving forward here.
Not that I can think of, aside from Norfolk Southern and not CSX, Union Pacific are still trying to merge. That's going to be a insanely big disaster.
So, how many independent railways would that leave in the United States that are specifically used for distribution, that are commercial, not necessarily for transportation, specifically humans and tourism and things of that effect? How many railways would that be in the United States?
So not counting all the hundreds of short lines, there will realistically only be a handful. It's going to leave you with CSX, BNSF, Canadian National, and Kansas City Canadian Pacific, or whatever they're calling that last one. So really only 4 railroads left.
Wow.
Because Kansas City Southern recently was bought by Canadian Pacific, making the first Canada to Mexico railway. And now Union Pacific's trying to be the first American coast-to-coast railway.
Let me ask you another question, then I'm going to let you go. Somebody says I'm a train geek. No, I'm not. I like to learn new shit. What do you think about a transatlantic railway? What do you think about possibly going up into Nova Scotia, into Greenland, Iceland, across the GF Gap, into United Kingdom, and then into Europe, having a transatlantic railway? Do you think there's a benefit for that?
That would be a headache, because Europe's railways are in theory compatible with the track width, but American railroads are just so much bigger and larger that they will not fit or be too heavy for the infrastructure in Europe.
Right. But this is where you could put a giant major port of entry for goods and through fare, because they're not going to have straight through fare of anything without a port of entry and without search and checking those goods, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, that wouldn't happen. So you would have to put a massive distribution center. But still, is it putting a bullet train style transatlantic railway? Is it something that you think would be good if we could figure out the logistics of distribution?
It would be awesome as heck. Definitely beat flying, that's for sure. Just probably be expensive as all get out.
Sure it would. To pay for that?
But it'd be really freaking awesome.
Yeah, it would have to be something like, it would have to be multiple countries. Like the EU would have to get involved. You would also see some Middle East distribution from there, which would
have them circumvent the Suez, and which would also there'd be some interest of that, especially with the volatility with Yemen and everything else. But you would have to have multiple countries. Canada would have to get involved because it was going through their areas, the United States. But really, I mean, even if it's $100 billion, is it worth that? In my opinion, yeah. Do we need another football stadium or a transatlantic highway for trains would be an interesting thing. We'll talk about something like this on the next show that we do. Dave, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, happy to be on. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Bubba. Talk to you soon. Dave, our resident train expert, he likes to call in and talk about trains, and we love it. He's
very cool.
He's a good dude. I don't know shit about trains. I love learning, and I have a few facts here and there. But yeah, there's something I remember is contents under pressure. And I can't remember if it was a steam engine or if it was a water softener. It was one of the two that I know.
I just saw the comment Jeff said. We talk about the transatlantic railway. It says have Gavin manage it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, one, because of the light rail in California, but second, the transgender. Like, all of a sudden, all right, everybody, let's hold hands and we're going to make a bridge to Europe. Oh. I've got something you can hold on to that's longer than my arm. Moving on. What's I always want to call her DB Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. She's growing on me, folks. Seeing her.
Gee, I wonder why after looking at this picture that's up.
That's not what impresses me. What's about to come up impresses the shit out of me. This chick is a conservative. They're wondering what she is, but watch these split times here because guys, this is amazing. Donation commercial only mentions PayPal and Venmo. Oh,
gotcha.
Okay, well, we're going to have to redo that.
Because we didn't have them.
Yeah.
We didn't have
Beefy,
it when you
that's
did
a
the
good
commercial.
point.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Good point. But it is right there, right when you go on the show. It shows you can use Apple Pay and everything. But that's a good point. I'll update that. We'll do a cut. Will you remind me, please?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Did not expect this for the first day.
See, there, I think she's prettier than any damn commercial she's had right there. Just a T-shirt, a ponytail, perfect. That is gorgeous. She's beautiful.
Hey, eyes up here.
Quick and shoot.
Yeah. Watch her split time.
Wow. 9:21.
Oh! Holy fuck. I know operators that can't do that. I know operators that can't do that.
My God, girl! Was it your first time? That was really good.
You're going dog nuts. I mean,
Ready, girl? Yes.
Sydney Sweeney has great splits.
Great splits.
Double tap.
One side to the other. Look at that load. Smooth is fast.
Dude, where'd she learn to shoot?
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. If there is anything that can literally teach you that slow is smooth and smooth is fast, that is that.
Where did she learn to shoot?
By putting rounds down range, because that reload was clean, just absolutely. Now, I'd want to keep your firearm closer to your center mass and not have it up in the air. You want to have a quick recall, but you know what? She can teach me a thing or two. She's amazing.
It sounds like the voice is just what she does for commercials, because that's not what she sounds like right there.
Yeah.
Love each other. You see what I did there, right? Pretty good. I'd be really proud if I were you. Yeah.
for your first day, that's pretty good.
Thank you. Just kidding. Where do you want to
I would be shocked if that was her first day shooting, but if it is, she's a natural talent. And I've seen it, because I certainly couldn't do that with a handgun, but with a rifle, I was absolutely a natural at it. Never shot a rifle in my life. Shot BB gun, few pellet guns, and I was freaking, with that one right there, deadly accurate with that thing. And then when I picked up my first rifle, I was expert. And didn't matter what distance I was shooting at. When I started in distance shooting, I was the same way. Excellent with a rifle, just natural, just great at it. Got better with a pistol, but certainly, I don't know if I could do a 9-2-1 split time. My draw's good, my reload's good, on target acquisition's good, but she's just smooth.
No, she's from Idaho, so she's
She's smooth.
She's from the sticks.
Right,
They're punting
she's
and crap.
smooth. You know, listen, I know guys with split times that are in the 7-second range, and these guys are smooth operators. But I know operators that can't do 9.21.
Make that a great meme. It'll go viral. I have to take a break. Great.
Okay, Olivia's gonna go. Well, let me switch the camera for you so people don't, get to see your backside. That's just for me. That is, you know what? That's a good point. I'm gonna put that up because that is an amazing thing. Want to dive into? We just got a few more minutes here. What do I want to touch on? Oh, this is a good one, but we want to wait for Olivia. Yeah, no, I know a lot of women that can shoot very well. Does Olivia have or can shoot a gun? Yes, Olivia can shoot a gun. Is Olivia an expert? No. Olivia can put rounds down range, and she can hit something within 21 yards and put it in a 7 or 8 inch grouping. You know what I mean? So she's adequate and a decent shot. They say that only 2% of Muslims are radical, but how many Muslims know about the 2% and are fine with them? Well, Kevin, I understand where you're coming from. And when you're talking about, a couple of billion people, 2%'s a lot. People don't understand that the Muslim religion and a lot of them are radical, and that is the absolute truth. But that's it. All right, so we're going to have to go here in a few minutes. Folks, last time for donations. If you have a chance to donate, please do now. And if you've not had a chance, we'd appreciate it. We're starting the night off right. What is wrong with you?
I'm so effing sore right now.
Crying.
I hurt
Such a
so
baby.
bad.
Do you know how many times I feel bad and I don't cry at all?
I heard at least 100 times how sore you were after working out again this week. So.
Oh yeah, well but I also do a lot. Okay, so awesome blessings, my grand. Okay, so last video. This guy wants to blame Las Vegas on Donald Trump and how in Vegas, first of all, tourism is down in the United States. That's absolutely true. But he's blaming Trump for Vegas. And I want to just give this guy a dose of reality here. Listen to this. This is what we're going to end with. Like I said, if you have any chance to donate, please do. Watch this, and then I'm going to shed some light on it.
I live in Las Vegas, and people are talking a lot about Las Vegas, how Las Vegas is down and people aren't visiting and flights are empty and all this stuff. This is what I can tell you. It's a Friday afternoon. And I just drove across town. I mean, from one end of the town.
21 feet, not 21 yards. Sorry. I want to correct that. She's not doing an 8 inch grouping at 21 yards. 21 feet. Want to correct that. Tommy is probably like, holy shit. No, not 21 yards. No. When she called for her concealed carry, I think she did 21, 16, 10, and 7. And that was Qualls. So 21 feet. I'm sorry. Yeah. So big difference. Sorry about that. Yeah, she's not putting 21 yards on that pistol.
The other end of Las Vegas, and I just did it in 17 minutes. 17 minutes. No traffic whatsoever. And this morning there was eerily no...
Can you please stop putting this stupid music in your videos?
No traffic whatsoever. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but this much I can tell you. There's no traffic. There's no traffic in Vegas at all. If on a Friday afternoon I can drive from one side of the town all the way to the other, from Summerlin all the way to Henderson in 17 minutes, yeah, something's up.
Okay, all right. First of all,
so confused. I thought he was going to
explain it. I'm going to explain it.
Yeah.
So his comments are that the economy is bad. And the reason is that the strip and traffic on a Friday afternoon is he can get from one end of the city to another in 17 minutes. And anyone who's been on the strip or anyone who's been through Vegas, let me explain why Vegas is down. their tourism from 2024 is down 6%, which is not an incredible amount. The reason why Vegas, and I'll tell you why. When I was younger, and this would be 10, 12 years old, we were able to drive from Los Angeles, California to Vegas in about 4.5 hours. And we would get to Excalibur and we would go in and we would get a hotel room for $49 a night. We would then walk downstairs and we would get a free steak dinner, prime rib, potatoes, baked potato, broccoli, cauliflower, blue cheese salad, apple pie for free. Free. We would wake up in the morning and we'd have breakfast for free. We would walk in and we would get a bucket of quarters for free. As mom and dad would go and gamble. And they would go out, they would drop a couple $100 a day. And then we would go and go see Medieval Times for $29 a person. Or we would go see an off-Broadway, something like David Copperfield. I think my parents went to Tom Jones. And we could take $1,000 and go to Vegas for 5 days and have a blast. Just an absolute blast. Would literally cost us nothing in our Honda. Gas was one tank of fuel. Nothing. Now, to literally see a Vegas show for 4 people, $1,500. A meal in Vegas, dinner for 4, $129. Any type of group type of event, $249 like minimum per person. There's no more buffets. You can't get prime rib for anything less than $75 in Vegas. You can't get a lobster. You couple that with the exuberant, insane Disneyland prices in Vegas, and then you go ahead and couple it with America is moving back towards Christianity. And gambling is a massive disease that destroys families. This is why I believe all sports gambling should be absolutely banned from all major sports. I think Vegas is a cesspool of drugs and prostitution and sin. It is literally a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. It is something that should be turned into salt. And people are moving towards the Bible. They're moving to Christianity in mass droves. And people are becoming conscientious. And the younger people are sick and tired of being sold sin. They are searching for something. And they voted along conservatives. Now, am I saying that you shouldn't be able to go and see a stripper if you want to? Sure, if you want to do that, that's fine. You want to go play some blackjack? That's fine. But you are going to get cleaned out on the tables, and you're going to get cleaned out on the airline, the hotel, the food, and it will literally be triple what you anticipate spending. So people go into Vegas expecting the Vegas of when they were younger, and they leave with a $15,000 vacation and nothing to show for it. And people are like, I'm not fucking going back there. That is why Vegas is failing. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. We went to Vegas.
Yeah, for a honeymoon.
And
I've been to Vegas a couple of times.
$500. That's what we spent basically.
Yeah, I went to Vegas on the way down to San Diego when I was 17. When we drove down for my cousin's wedding, stopped on the way in, and then went to Vegas for our honeymoon. Yeah, and it was fun. I mean, the coffee was amazing.
The fucking pink night. I still want to find that guy.
The coffee.
Oh, the coffee. It's Coca-Cola. People don't understand this. The coffee in Vegas in most of the hotels is made by Coca-Cola.
Oh, it's delicious.
And Coca-Cola makes a mean coffee.
Oh,
I mean,
just ask for double creamer and sugar. Oh my gosh, it was good.
It was. It's Coca-Cola coffee is ridiculous. Now, I don't even know if Coca-Cola makes coffee, but they did all the restaurants. They would do Coca-Cola, would make the coffee, and it was just delicious. It was the greatest coffee we've ever had in our lives. And I'm serious. It was like butter. And I'm a coffee connoisseur, and I love my coffee. But man, it was good. We played Spanish 21 for like 7 hours straight, and I came in there with $20, and then I blew it. But man, I was up, and we were at that table. They bought us breakfast and everything else.
And bought us dinner too.
And dinner, yeah. And they comped the room, but we had a great time. And you could get in and out of there for $500 now. And then we went to Excalibur, and we went to the Medieval Night show, and the Pink Knight kept hitting on Olivia. I almost ran out there and beat the living shit out of the guy. he just kept flirting with her, winking at her. And I was like, motherfucker, you're the Pink Knight, dude. I will literally just stab you with that sword. So my point is this, is Vegas has overpriced, just like everything. The United States is an overpriced mess for its vacation spots, whether it be Disneyland or whether it be Six Flags or even going to the Grand Canyon now.
Which I've never been.
Everything's expensive. So might I recommend that Vegas somehow gets out of the Disneyland mentality and gets back to what they were good at, which was hospitality. That's what Vegas was known for. An amazing, hospitable environment that anyone could go to. Now, it's literally a cesspool of shit. It sucks. That's why it's failing. Folks, how are we, Mom? We all done?
We've got one more.
Looks like we do. Go for it. You put that in.
All right. This one was actually through the snail mail. I checked the P.O. box today, and there's a little note to go with it. I'll just read the note. So I'm putting it in now. It is from Kay Decker. She says, "Hey, Matt and team, thank you for helping me do my homework." From Kay. So appreciate it.
Kay, thank you. And I think what she means by homework is research and helping. Listen, folks, it is so humbling to see people donate to the show. And it just blows me away. And I can't thank you enough. And then there's people who try to come on and steal it and ruin it and say, oh, you guys are grifters. And, I don't care about any of that shit. I just don't care. You guys mean the world to us, and you help us do this. You help us keep this show going, and we believe in it, and you believe in it too. So we're going to continue to do it, and we thank you so much. It's going to get better. We shows like this are the way the shows need to be. They need to be full of information, a little bit of fun, not so serious, not so crazy. I love how open the chat has been. It hasn't been like this in a long time. The chat has really been a place of cancer, and it's not. People are supportive. People are talking. We're getting some good phone calls. These are the things that we like, and I should have seen it sooner, and I'm sorry that I didn't. At the Pink Knight, what was he? He was a Pink Knight, but he had long flowing hair. He looked like Fabio. You cannot believe it's not.
Yeah, it was at the Excalibur, which is like medieval times in Vegas.
And Olivia's always been a smoke show. She's a smoke show now. She was a smoke show when she was younger.
22.
Oh my God. When she was 22, it was ridiculous. I was literally drinking vitamin E from the bottle. I could not literally stand up straight. Chafing was a serious issue. And, that's probably what kept us together, to be honest, because there were times where we hated each other. It was always copious amounts of sex that solved everything.
That's a good point.
But then we learned to shut that mouth just a little bit. I'm talking
about you?
Yeah, I'm talking about me. I wasn't talking about you. You've gotten more brass in your old age. You're still hot. You don't look old. Olivia, your face is perfect. It looks like there's no wrinkles. You look young. You look exactly the fucking same as the day I met you. You don't look it's ridiculous if I show you a picture. It's like, and I'll admit I've gotten better looking. There's no doubt about that. But you just look young. But men age differently than women.
There's no way I still look the way I did when I was 18. But thank you for
She does.
Appreciate.
Not the body. But the body, those scars are your testimonial to your life, and I would not change any of them. I just don't understand people. I would never change anything about you. There's not one thing that guys, and I'm not some whipped pussy. Like there's guys like, I want bigger boobs. Dude, I wouldn't have married you unless I was happy with what was going on the outside and the inside. So literally. So I'm happy. All right, folks. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me Show. We're going to have a good weekend. Tomorrow, I'll have this on the podcast live. We'll be back Monday. Liv's going to tell us who we have coming into the show. Remember, Wednesday nights are solo. I will be doing the show by myself. We're going to give Olivia another night off. She's going to float. She's going to fill in when Amy and Leroy can't be here. Like Thursday would have been a great time for her to jump in. But we're also going to plug in guests, too. Tomorrow, I will be doing a third episode of Quiet Valor. I have to write it. I haven't written it yet. I got a lot to write. So I'm going to write that. James says, it's the shirts, Matt. Huh? Oh, yeah, well.
Yes, how you're glowing.
Listen, I've always dressed up well.
Yes, you have.
I like my T-shirts,
Yes.
but
No,
this is nice.
we've been through. We used to always. I mean, I worked in an office. You worked in an office. We always were dressed to the nines.
Always.
And then I became a stay-home mom, and I definitely dressed down, but I still dressed up when I went to the store or something like that.
Oh, it feels better dressing up a little bit.
It does. And then COVID happened, and just, my daily wardrobe consists of yoga pants or stretch shorts and T-shirts, and that's it. I don't do much.
Jesus had a question. He said, I was going to ask what happened to Amy and Leroy. Nothing. Leroy was on Tuesday night. Amy was on Wednesday night. Amy's on one night a week because it's crazy with spring market and summer for her business of real estate. Leroy is on a cruise, so he won't be back until next week. So that's what happened there. But they're still on the show. Tuesday, Thursday, Leroy. Monday nights, Amy is on. And then Olivia is on Mondays and Fridays. And Wednesdays will be sometimes, but we're going to try to book guests there, or it's going to be solo with you and I.
Yes.
We'll see you guys.
As a reminder, you said to do guests. Mandy and Jack are next Friday the 8th. Alan Donovan from Fathers Lives Matter will be the following Friday the 15th. You don't want to miss that one. He was on a couple years ago, but he just recently found out he had cancer. He's will give us a cancer update, but he is he's taking it like a champ, and his Facebook posts are freaking hilarious. He is facing this head on with humor, and he's pretty funny about the whole thing. So that's a good mindset to have. And then Lisa Regina will be on the 18th on Monday. So glad to have her back. It'll be nice to have her for a whole show, because we only had her for 30 minutes on the big May 16th show. Yeah. So it'll be nice to be able to actually really talk to her and get to know her. And I wonder if her and her husband won that thing.
I don't know. We're going to find out. But
yeah,
Chuck is going to be here soon.
Yeah, we need
as
to know
well.
when he's coming.
Well, we'll get him in studio. Ryan Samuels is up in New York, but he's going to be down here soon, and he's going to be in studio. He's going to stop on by on his way home to Florida. Also, Damani is still looking to come out and get him here. Barry Morgenstein wants to come in studio, and we're working on things every day.
Yeah,
so almost done. If you want to be on the show, and you know someone who wants to be on the show, Carrie Spricks is working on the stabbing victims, bringing them people who stopped it to come in and be on our show. There, she's working on that. If you have somebody you know who's on the show, or you watch somebody who you would love to see on our show and be like, oh my God, I would love to have this person on. You know, someone super interesting, or just whatever, reach out to us. You can reach us at matt@thedumbshow.com. It's DUM. And you can also reach Olivia at The Dumb Show. And if you want to come on the show, you can also call in. But we would love to have you help us hit guests. So if you watch somebody and you talk to these people and their hosts and you want to have them come on the show, please do. Liv, finish up.
Yep. So again, working on a couple of other guests. Blackbird Anthem, the lead singer and the drummer. Just have to coordinate schedules. They should be on soon. And then also working on another guy named Chris Martini, who does documentaries, a good friend of Jack and Mandy. And he is in the process of, I think he's doing a class or something, teaching a class. And so he's really, really busy with that. So he's going to wait until it's a little bit closer to that coming out. So as soon as I know the date for that, I'll let you know. But he will be on in the next couple months. So,
all right. Anyway. Help us. Like I said, if you know somebody who you think would be good on our show, let them know. Reach out. We give you the email. That will work out. We'll see you guys on Monday at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Make sure, hey, if you're around on the weekend and you're not really big on Facebook, stop by, just hit a like, hit a share, help keep our weekend traffic up, because I do put out videos. There will be one out sometime tomorrow afternoon, and it'll be episode 3 of Quiet Valor, like I said. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for watching the show.
Have a wonderful weekend. Night, y'all.
See y'all. Bye.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.